Okay, guys, the plan. So, I have a question. So y'all know Cherry, right? Y'all know Cherry. Cherry's great. I made a business purchase, all right? And I want to know what you guys think about it. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to give Cherry the eyeballs? Hold up. I made a business purchase. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done. I bought eyeballs. And I want to know if you guys want to glue the eyeballs on Cherry before Christian or after Christian. What's the move? What is the move? Cause I'm down for whatever. I just want to before Christian. We'll do it right now. I don't know if I have tape like on me, like right here. My bad. Also, I got the new mic stand. It's just like not with me right now. So hi Pecco, hi Desert Day, hi Helena, how are you guys? Hi David, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great. I'm sorry, I didn't properly introduce myself and say hi, but yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna freaking do it. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get tape because I think I have tape in the kitchen. So I'm gonna get tape. We're gonna double side it. We're gonna give Cherry the 2 googly eyes. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be iconic. This is gonna be great. All right, we're back. Cherry Scream, hang out with Cherry. I'm here. I'm back. All right. Do you feel nervous for your eye exam? I'm pretty sure she's all right. All right, let's do it. Let's freaking do it. This is great. I was at Walmart with friends like earlier today, and I saw the googly eyes, and I was like, "This is a moment. This is something I've got to do. I gotta do it. I gotta buy it." Let me just do this. This is great. This is content, I'd say. This is great content. By the way, I'm a little like out of breath. I just got home and immediately wanted to stream because I knew I was gonna be late. I'm like 40 minutes late. I knew I was gonna be late, but I still try to hurry. I thought I was going to get back home by like 10, but clearly I have bad judgment of time and whatever. But that's what we're doing right now. I want to grab that part now. All right. It's time. It is time. Let's see if this works. So that's one. That's one. This is worth the wait for sure. I imagine. Oh my god. Here's eye number 2. This looks so dumb. But that's Cherry. We got googly eyes for Cherry. And if they ever fall out, we got more. We got surplus. I got it for like $2 at Walmart. That's great. Welcome to the stream, guys. This is awesome. Also, so I guess beautiful. Thank you, Helena. So, good lighting. There it is. So, I guess I'll update y'all on my day. I just got home. I was out and about with my friends. If you watched, I think I talked about it in a stream before. The chair will watch all. Beautiful, amazing. Welcome to the stream, Hydra. I haven't seen you in any of the streams, but welcome, dude. Yeah. So I was out and about with my friends because we're getting ready for my friend's like birthday like dance, and I'm like one of the dancers. And we go to we have practices like almost every day. First time catching this live, lol. Hey, welcome, Hydra. I hope you like the stream. We're gonna get right into the Christian reactions in a bit, but I'm first trying to ease us into it since I'm a little panicky. I just got here. I'm like really sweaty, just trying to just take my deep breaths to get me. But yeah, so I'm helping my friend out. I'm dancing for her party, and we went out to go get like raspas again. And we went to Walmart to buy stuff for her party, and that's where I saw these things, and I was like, nah, y'all are gonna love this. y'all are gonna love seeing Cherry with eyes now. But yeah, and that's here what we're doing today. I went to McDonald's. I got fries again, so hopefully we don't see the cockroach. Hopefully we don't see the cockroach's family once more. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I know you guys said that y'all have been doing all right, and I think y'all mentioned like a fog or like fire or something like that, a forest fire. Hope y'all are okay, dude. Whatever happened, but yeah. Thanks for showing up, y'all. Y'all are great. Freaking love you. She's alive. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah. Looking for a chill stream. Pretty late at night right now. My contacts, though. But I hope you guys excited for the concert coming up. Oh, wow. Cherry reminds me of a character in Pee-wee's Playhouse from old school Saturday morning TV. The air's a little smoky in New York. Oh, shit. That's tough, man. So it's like just upstate, like that whole area where there's a forest fire that happened. I wasn't aware of that. I'm like Helena, I think, from Texas as well. So I have nothing there. Cherry is peeking. Cherry, that's funny. So like anytime, Cherry will always be peeking over me while I'm doing stuff. Man, dude. But yeah, I guess we'll jump into it now. We're in part 20-something, 25 of the Christian documentary. Doing good. The coffee will not keep me awake for long. Oh boy. That means we gotta get into it. We gotta get into it already. Desktop stream. Alright, so now I gotta move my camera around to see if it fits. And I guess I'll crop it up. I can't wait for the new mic stand. That's all I'm really looking forward to right now, man. Because once I get that new mic stand, I'll be able to like consistently have it in one place. This thing's like all like loose. It's just hanging by the XLR cable. It's ridiculous. Yeah, a lot of smoke, but nothing serious. That's fine as long as you're doing as long as you're doing good, man. Just like be safe, bro. All right. Back into the stream. We're gonna watch some Christian. We're gonna have some fun. I'll just pause it. But yeah, let's jump into it. I don't remember what it was. I think it was that guy Adam or whatever his name is. That was like consulting Chris on like 𝙳ዐսεν⁰ the 𝙳ዐսεν⁰ creator dude. And he was talking to him about like copyright and crap. For everyone new or need a refresher from last stream, finish the Liquid Chris saga, now into the Alec and into the Wallflower saga. Interesting. All right, so it's Alec, not Alex. Yeah, let's jump right into it. Let me know if audio is okay, if anything's wrong. Alec Benson Larry. That is very loud.
What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Bro, I went to dinner and some dude came in with his 4 kids and was trying to fight a waiter for sleeping with his wife. That is a whole other story in its own thing. Holy shit, Pecco, are you okay? I hope you're fine. Also, yes, thank you, Oath, for the refresh, of course, man. Thank you for joining the stream. Let's jump to it. I gotta get the captions in, dude. Part 25. He just got a free show.
On February 18th, 2010,
oh boy, we're jumping
Christian
straight
asked
into
Alec
these.
Benson Leary to call him to discuss the new ads on the Wikipedia.
Yeah, I got your email. Looks like you wanted to talk. What's up?
Okay, well, just to let you know, I'm in the middle of dinner right now, so I have to make this short. But
It was
yeah,
Chris.
I am
It was Chris.
concerned about the fact that you could see with the oversized ads on the Wikipedia. I mean, the smaller banner ad, that was okay, but no, you had to go and add a whole do the big page.
Chris.
Yeah.
You asked me to call you right at 9:30, and when I do, you're eating dinner. Chris, if you're going to ask someone to go out of their way for you for something, you should probably actually allow them to do so and not act like you are inconvenienced when they do. That's just a suggestion. But do you remember how I told you that if you met my requirements exactly, I wouldn't remove the ads, but if you failed to meet my requirements, the ads would get worse? So you failed to meet my requirements. You did meet Evan's requirements, apparently. Evan is happy with you, and I'm proud of you for doing that, because Evan he's satisfied that you killed Simone.
Teach him some manners.
However, I am not Evan, and I had different requirements than Evan.
They just
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. Nothing ended up happening, but it was a little dicey there for a couple of minutes. All right, that's good. That's good, Pecco. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're safe, bro. Because that's pretty dangerous. I've never been at like a restaurant or like a bar fight or any sort of thing like that. So I could not like talk from like any sort of experience, but I'm glad you're doing fine.
discuss the ads for Sonichu Revolution.
Now, listen, your comment pages, it should stay on your website alone. I do not want your pages on my website that only shows my pages.
Oh, it's kind of too bad that I bought ad space on your website, and when I gave you multiple opportunities to get out of me having web space or ad space on your website, you didn't take them.
It's crazy because like I don't think Chris understands the fact that Alec bought ad space, and like I don't think Chris has any say in the matter of what gets put on up there after he bought it. Like Chris is just kind of like an outside looker. Chris it's just like an editor for a wiki page basically. So it's like Alec has some patience to try to talk to Chris, but Chris just likes a problem to talk to him like an adult when Chris acts like a child trying to get in his way. That's what I noticed. I did read a comment about that where like Alec tries to have an adult conversation with Chris, but Chris cannot like get into the adult mindset, and it makes him like, without Alec having to be like an all right malicious troll, it allows you to see how like ridiculous Chris like sounds, like just speaking to an adult that is trying to speak to him like one-on-one as like an adult conversation and like discussion.
How many times did was I gracious enough to give you an
Welcome to the stream,
extremely
Stoner
easy
Cat.
way
How you
out
doing,
of
man?
all of this? And if I remember correctly, I did talk about how you are the luckiest person in the world to have a competition like me who would be so generous and go out of his way to help his competition. Because I don't want to just take over everything. I don't want to be the only artist out there.
Bro, avoiding the monopoly.
That's
That's
not
great.
fun. You kind of want to be the only artist in existence. I don't know why you want that.
Real.
I never said that I did not want other artists to.
Well, you said it with your actions, if not with words directly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, perhaps my actions were misunderstood in this case.
Oh, not misunderstood in the least. Oh no, your actions were very clear. You slandered and smeared me as much as you possibly could. You put all of your effort, it seemed, into trashing me rather than building up your own comic.
Yeah.
It's hard to misunderstand that. It's hard to misunderstand, you repeatedly hanging up on me.
To be fair, Chris working on his comment is him also bashing like trolls and other things. When you think about it, anytime Chris works on his comic, it's him bashing like trolls or people in his life. So You can make an argument that he's doing both. Just saying.
You've been out of commission for like 3 weeks. You haven't done shit for your fans. When are you going to come back with your comic? Because
I'm up to a few pages in book number 11 where I have drawn that far, and I'm about halfway colored through all those pages which I drew up.
How many pages is that?
Like over 30 now. I'm going to upload all those pages, all the main pages, in a bundle, in a bunch, on my birthday, which is next Wednesday.
Okay, well, until then, I think I'll just keep uploading Sonic 2 Revolution, because I want to please your fans, even if you don't.
Damn.
Chris, why would you...
I gave him I put up a new page yesterday as well.
So yep, I saw that actually. That one page plus, I think you had 2 pages where you killed Simona. So that's 3 pages total, in like 3 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, anyway.
I do 2 pages a day. That means I've uploaded, in the past 15 days, I've uploaded 30 pages of my own. When's your birthday? Like 8 days from now?
You are mistaken. We're not talking about 8 days. My birthday is on the 24th.
Oh,
February.
Yeah, that's
my mistake. So
that's
6
not.
days.
Who cares?
Okay,
That's
well,
not
I'll
the
have
argument.
12 new
Okay.
pages by then. In addition to the 30 I've already uploaded. I'm sorry, I didn't know when your birthday was.
Well, it's specifically stated on the on my bio page on the Wikipedia, and then a couple other places, the 24th of February,
Hey,
1982.
Chris, when is
Why
my
is this
birthday?
an important argument?
I don't know. I did not study your bio. I did not
Well,
study
Chris,
your bio.
it's on my bio page on the
Real.
Wikipedia. Why
Real.
wouldn't
That's
you
a good
know?
argument. Attaboy,
I
Alec.
did not make
I
an
mean, if
effort
I'm
to
supposed to
study
know
it
your
because-
birthday, don't you know mine?
That's a good
Chris, I'm kind of
argument.
hurt.
That's a good argument.
Okay, well, I apologize
Oh my
for that. And after we're done here, I'll go to your bio page and learn, put in my mind when your birthday is.
I can assure you, Chris did not do that. It's why no one should try to enable his actions. Chris needs to be accounted for like an adult in the adult world, but Chris isn't an adult in the adult world. Hence, he expects handouts post 2014. Real as hell.
Nah, you don't have to do that. Don't worry about it. I'd rather you work on pages than go look up info about me.
It's the fact people
as soon as
still
we're done
give him
with the call
attention.
or whatever.
Like people still give him attention. People still
stay up all
want
night if you have to get those
like
pages up.
content
'Cause
from him.
Here's the thing about the way
The trolls
fans
are-
work.
I mean,
if you leave your fans in the dark for a week or 2 weeks or a month or however long, it really doesn't matter if you're partially completing some things, because if you don't put out any product, then your fans have nothing to work with. Have you? What do you think of Sonic 2 Revolution, by the way? Have you been reading it? I'm only like 7 pages in right now. But...
I have to look at it, and I did not
Oh,
like
bro.
the way you were killing characters left and right. That's no good. It's just terrible. Don't go killing characters. That just does not work.
How many comic books and TV shows and movies and whatever other media have you seen where characters die? Do you think they're all bad?
Yes. Yeah, well, yeah, they are bad because that's just totally sad. And plus, to do it in such a gory way, it's just terrifying. It's like any of the Saw movies, especially like the first Trap. in
Chris
Saw
not
6.
liking killing characters.
you
Keep
like
that in
those
mind. I sense hypocritical. I sense hypocrisy. I sense this.
I like them. I mean, I enjoy
He is going to kill everyone in Quickville. Like
How
next
can
part.
you like a movie that has death in it, Chris? Death is bad. You said death is bad.
Yeah, but I mean, still, that's Hollywood magic. That's
Well-
the people that acted in those movies are still.
Isn't it canon though? Like I'm kind of getting like staying on that topic that like Chris tries not to kill anyone in Quickville because he believes they're real people, and like he doesn't want to kill them, like in the chance that he'll like join them and see them in Quickville. Like he thinks they're like in their own reality and they actually exist, so that's why he refuses to kill people in like Quickville. I think I remember reading that like at some point. I don't know where, or like seeing that.
Are still alive and well. They just
Right. I forgot, because comic
Yeah.
characters are real
Yeah.
people, and apparently I'm guilty of multiple homicide now. Chris,
Yeah.
Next
you
story,
remember
a
when you
meteor
killed
hits the
Simona
city?
because
Oh,
we,
boy.
strong-armed you into it because you refused to do it willingly?
That would be
Are you
funny.
guilty of homicide now?
I have a question for you.
Oh,
You said
please.
you like Sonic 2. Why did
Yeah.
Why did you draw him killing himself?
I didn't draw Sonichu killing himself. I said Sonchu. Your car, I don't want to say Autobot because it's trademark, but
Okay, well, excuse me. Well, I misunderstood.
I'm not sure if
Yeah,
I'm...
that was wrong. I mean, that was like you're killing my vehicle. It's like you're making me have to pay like.
No, Chris, I didn't kill him. He committed suicide. He was depressed because he had a name that he hated, and all the other Autobots made fun of him.
The other Autobots do not make fun of each other for their names.
No, they make fun of Sanju. Chris, look at what he says in that page. He says
that's crazy. This is 2010 already.
Because it's not a strong, manly Autobot name.
We're about a decade away from like present day. That's pretty insane to think about.
I'm not the one that drew my car, my Autobot, to say that. I did not. You
but I did
that, pretending to be me in a sense.
I wasn't pretending to be you. Chris, look at the page. Do you see on the comment page where it says copyright 2010 Alec Benson Leary? I'm pretty sure that shows that I was not pretending to be you.
Bro got the copyright.
I was actually pretending to be
you. Had no right. You had no right in killing a character that was originally mine, and I have never said personally had died.
Chris acts like Nintendo, except without the power that Nintendo has and without creating the things that Nintendo has made. Y'all know how like Nintendo is like really annoying with their copyright? How they will like destroy anyone that like even mentions Mario or that pirates their stuff or whatever. Or like was it them that like didn't want or I think it was Marvel. I don't know if y'all know the story of the guy who wanted to have a funeral. Kid that wanted, was it a Spider-Man funeral? Denied. Yeah. Yeah, Disney reportedly, okay. So it's like this: Disney reportedly refused to allow a grieving father in England to place an etching of Spider-Man on the grave of his 4-year-old son. Yeah, it's like that, except Chris thinking he has every right to it, like with Sonic Chew. It's pretty ridiculous.
When a character dies, I would let everybody know myself. Anybody else who makes up, who says outside of my jurisdiction, it's just a whole bunch of bogus baloney.
Well,
bogus.
Maybe
baloney.
I can say it's a parody, and that'll make it okay, right? If Sonic Revolution is a parody, would that be okay?
Yeah.
It would.
I would accept that. Yeah, and plus, don't make them so big. Maybe like 3/4 of the current size. 3/4.
Nah. Then no one can
Chris
read the
treats
text.
his characters like how people treat the Muppets as real people.
Wikipedia. People could just go over there and read them for themselves.
I'm keeping the fans there for you, Chris.
Because you're drawing those pages, not me.
Yeah, that's right. I'm drawing the pages. You're not drawing anything. Or you say you are, but we haven't.
Because I'm too busy working on coloring them after I have drawn them all up.
Hey, Chris.
And plus, I have real life things like I have to hang out with my family. I have errands
He's
to
talking
run.
about chores.
Like, are they having you break rocks with sledgehammers or something all day? Because you say it's like some huge serious thing.
Yeah, well, they're old. I have to do chores for them. I have to do chores for them around the house.
Oh, he has to clean the kitchen. Oh, boy.
I vacuum. I move stuff around. I clean the bathroom as well. I do a lot of things around the house.
You kind of sound like you're talking to someone who has not seen that video tour of your house right now.
Real.
And I want to let you know that I actually have seen it. So I'm pretty sure that house is not. Chris, can you hear me? Hello?
Chris attempts to convince Alec that they got disconnected by pressing random numbers on his phone and then hanging up.
Chris, are you pressing buttons?
You are, wow.
Alec calls him back shortly after.
Wow,
Hey,
dude.
Hey, Chris, did we get disconnected there?
Yeah, I'm afraid we did. It happens to me between me and
Wow.
my house as well in our conversations sometimes. Reception goes bad during this time of night.
That is actually so freaking embarrassing,
glad I
dude.
got
Oh
that.
my god.
Alec addresses Chris's negative
No
opinion
shame
of gay
whatsoever.
people
That
and
is
the plot
just
point in his
childish,
story
right?
concerning
Like,
a cure for
wow,
homosexuality.
no
What
shame.
about removing homosexuality would make the world a better place?
Yep, it's pathetic.
Shouldn't be that hard, Chris, because you already established a predicate that no gays equals world is a better place. So, having said that, that must mean that you do have an idea of how the two things are connected.
What two things?
Chris, do Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You said no gays equals a world is a better place. That's no gays is point 1. That connects to world is better,
Okay.
point 2. How do those connect?
Okay.
What is...
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, okay, now I get it. I mean, it's just I'm getting an incoming call right now, and it's like
you should probably ignore it. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Did you hear my point, though? Please explain how no gays equals world better.
Because there will be less risk of those people going to hell.
Hell?
Yeah, when they die.
What do you... Oh, you
The
mean
minimal,
instead of heaven?
you were right. The minimal amount of pressure and pushback, he just can't handle it. Real. Like anytime somebody makes a point in an argument, or if anytime like he's confronted with the things that he said, he cannot handle it. He has to go. Like he cannot handle being told, like quoted on things that he says. He cannot handle like a confrontation in any capacity. It's ridiculous, dude. It's actually pathetic.
Yeah.
So you're saying gay people go to hell. So you're a Christian then? If
Yeah.
you believe that? What, it's been a while since I've read a Bible. Where in the Bible is that whole gays go to hell thing? I'm not a Christian, so I don't have to read the Bible, but you're a Christian. When's the last time you read the Bible?
Yeah, I have read the Bible. But
You're sitting here judging people based off their sexuality without even knowing, what parts of the Bible. Hey, you know what else the Bible condemns? Black magic.
And he uses it.
How many times have you tried to
Kamehameha.
curse people? Cursing is black magic. Curse ye hameha.
Let me guess, he has a call.
Yeah,
I have no comment to that.
Okay. Well,
Bro got.
so let's go back to the
got.
gay thing, because we've established that you don't really know a whole lot about the religion you claim to believe in.
Damn.
Why do you sigh so much?
The sighs are like so dramatic. It's like, it's crazy because he has no personality. His personality is literally based off of the things that he's read and like seen on TV. Like you know how like in TV, in movies or whatever, in shows, if a character is like in a stressful situation, they're just like some shit like that. That's Chris. That is Chris's personality, like just put into one. He'll sigh like, wow, that's just
I'm a
it's
little
just sad.
tired right now. I had to actually clean more. I cleaned the kitchen again today.
We all get tired, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
I really want to see you actually. My
Clean the
my
kitchen.
main goal right now is I want to see you put real effort into your mailbags. Chris,
Okay,
why do you not put effort into anything?
Oh boy.
I do put effort in everything.
Everything? No. I told
Do you think he'd
that
make anime
your-
sounds if
your-
he got into anime? He is into anime. I wouldn't doubt it. That would be what would you consider anime sounds? Like just start speaking in fluent Japanese. Imagine that would actually be pretty impressive, if he just started speaking fluent Japanese. It's so common, the quickie refers to it as the stress side.
Website was going to get taken down because of a lawsuit over a stolen character, and you did nothing. I tell you got to upload pages, and you do nothing.
I'm getting tired of this. You're raising your voice at me. I don't appreciate it.
Well,
Chris literally started raising his voice, I think, like when he told him that he doesn't do anything.
No.
I do put
Yeah, he started.
effort
He
in
started.
every
He started.
Effort into anything.
I do
There it
put
is.
effort.
You got Chris. You got
Tired
caught.
of this. You're raising your voice at me. I don't appreciate it.
Well, Chris, a person raising their voice, that really is enough to just, completely discombobulate you. Besides, you yelled at me first.
He gaslights girl boss real.
No, I asked you, Chris, why do you not care about anything? And
Real,
then
you got it.
screamed,
You got the
"I do
receipts.
care."
W Alec.
You're being ridiculing to me.
Is that the pot calling the kettle black? Chris, I
heard
want
that, Christian.
to understand why it is okay for you to do so many things to other people, but you get mad when they do it back to you. Why is it that any level, any tiny level of stress or inconvenience, and you immediately will fall back on
Watch, he's gonna hang up.
Or you're being, your world.
It just happens, especially
No,
when I'm tired.
that's not an excuse. That is not an excuse. That's an excuse that a child.
I respect it. I respect Alex's approach a lot more than all the other trolls, because all the other trolls, they were just looking for a reaction, like very maliciously looking for a reaction out of Chris. At least in this case, Alec is speaking to him like an adult. He's still a troll. Like, he's still, I guess, a piece of shit, right? But he is at least trying to speak to Chris as an adult. And it's more ridiculous to see how Chris responds to a person trying to speak to them as an adult, to a person trying to have a conversation and negotiation. And that is more, I believe that's more interesting than people just being rude and making Chris yell at a camera. Like, I think that's more interesting, like hearing, like kind of getting into the psyche of Chris, like understanding, like, no, he literally cannot like defend himself. He's aware of what he's doing is wrong. He's aware of all these things, but just doesn't care. And he's been so baby that he uses childish excuses. Like, he responds like a child. Like, and that's not good. Like, that has stuck around with him since forever. And that's not something that you can really just take away, that you can really like give him therapy to like get that out of his head. It's like, he's been fucked since then. He's been fucked since like 2010, basically. It's just sad at this point.
Child uses.
Okay, well, I'm just tired right now. Let's just agree that I will be uploading the pages, and when you got, and perhaps after book 10 is completed, you could. Actually, you know what?
Well, you know what? If you want to,
don't worry about the ad. Don't worry about the ad space at this point. I'll just leave it to that.
He's accepted it.
Please stop running away from me, Chris.
What?
Please stop running away from me.
I'm not running away from you. I'm right here.
I know you're not literally running away, but you're trying to end the conversation because I'm making you feel bad. And it's not even because I'm attacking or insulting you. I'm just presenting, a few things that are very minorly unpleasant.
Okay, well, with that, sometimes there are things that, we don't. We generally we would not prefer we prefer
opposite
the opposite of unpleasant.
You seem to prefer the opposite of unpleasant literally all the time.
Based Chris, though.
Any little bit of stress, and you run for the hills. You avoid anything unpleasant, even in cases where dealing with a small problem now will avert a very big problem later. You always choose the hard way. You choose to deal with the big problem that you could have avoided. Bad news is going to happen, Chris. Life is not all fun and games.
Well, I'm sure that happened to you, and you actually had to do that as well.
Yeah, but then I turned 10 and I started learning to get over it. Man the fuck up, Chris.
All right,
Possibly sometime in February, Chris recorded a
dude.
video of himself sticking his penis in the snow.
Oh,
this video
wow!
was leaked much later
Oh,
and
great!
credited as an entry for an online
yeah!
contest to promote the upcoming film Jackass 3D, made by the stunt and prank troupe Jackass. However, the contest was held in summer and autumn of 2010, during which time no snow fell in Chris's area. Whether or not this was a troll-inspired idea is uncertain.
Hi, I'm Christian Chandler.
Oh,
and this
boy.
is Frozen Stalactite.
So we're gonna watch
I'm
this.
going to put my dick in the
Why
snow,
did you do this?
and I'm going to leave it in there for about 15 minutes.
Why did you?
Currently, it's 12:38.
Who
according to my
convinced
cell
Chris
phone
to
clock.
do this?
If there's one clock you cannot change, it's the one on your cell phone.
Who convinced him to do this? I need to know. Did he just do this on his own
Okay,
volition?
15 minutes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, about 6 minutes in now. Ooh, boy, it's cold. I've had about 6 minutes in now. I've had previous experience with freezing my dick, and I've even stretched it a bit.
They say don't
I'll be
stick it
checking
in
back
crazy.
in
Chris is
7.
crazy.
Alrighty, it's 12:53. Let's pull me out.
What was the point of this?
It feels blue.
Bro!
There's the hole again.
Bro!
Kids, that is definitely something. Everybody, I dare say that is one stunt you should not try at home. Peace out.
Welcome to the stream,
this time,
Flickering Key. Why did he do this? Was someone convincing him to do this? Or did he just do it as an epic social experiment prank just to see how it feels? There's gotta be, a troll's gotta have convinced him. I don't think Geno said anything about it. I think he just did it. That is crazy. Welcome to the stream, Flickering Key. Hope you enjoy it.
Continued to converse with the wallflower, attempting to develop their relationship, which was still a friendship with no signs of it going further.
He did it as a
She
promotion to the
suggested that they
Jackass
collaborate
movie.
writing
Oh,
a story
wow.
about owls, with Christian contributing some of his own story ideas. On February 20th, he answered mailbag 56, which ended up being his last. He gave very short
he's
replies
such
to
an
all
asshole.
the letters, and continued to confirm the existence of a new sweetheart, but did not elaborate further on that topic. On February 23rd, a day before his 28th birthday, Christian uploaded a video in which he declares that his birthday should be a national holiday, reciting a slightly altered version of a speech seen in
He's such a humble king. Such a humble king, Chris. My birthday should be a national holiday.
the 1996 blockbuster Independence Day.
Good
Puts his
morning.
pee-pee in snow,
less than an
refuses
hour,
to elaborate,
Sergeant
real as
Fencer here
hell.
will join others from around the world, as you will be witnessing the largest personal change in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning for us all.
I think he has someone holding the camera. Who is holding the camera for him? I don't think he has it on a thing, because it looks kind of shaky. Does he have, like, Bob holding the camera for him? Oh boy, that would be great.
We cannot be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it is fate that today is Mexico's Flag Day. And we will once again be saluting an image of our freedom. Not just from trolling, loneliness, or persecution, but also from heartbreak. We are fighting for our right to love, to be honest. And when the sun sets today, the 24th of February will no longer be known as only a Mexican holiday, but as today, Sanshi fans declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We are going to live on. We are going to survive. To celebrate today, we celebrate our Christian Love Day.
Viewers noticed some peculiarities with the video. Firstly, the camera quality is decidedly better than Chris's usual offerings, and also the camera itself was being held by
Yeah.
someone else. Chris later stated that he had no knowledge of his speech's connection to Independence Day, since it was written for him by a friend. This friend was in fact
It's a Mexican holiday, and he wants to make it his own holiday. No way. Real. I want to know, what day is it? Christian Love Day? Christian Love Day. Quickie. The 24th of February. So his birthday. Christian Love Day. 24th of February. Alright, so we gotta wait like half a year, I guess. Like 8
camera
months or
operator
so.
for the video, and was likely the same person that had accompanied
celebrate
Kim
it,
Wilson
man.
in their past excursions, and had filmed the rolling and trolling video. This man made another appearance in a video uploaded the following day, called Magical Man Potion, in which Chris is seen concocting a magical potion that would transform him for the better, referencing either the 1963 or the 1997 film, The Nutty Professor.
That's crazy to think. Like, this guy, the guy that records all of this, is probably the closest to Chris, has probably been the closest to Chris other than Barb and Bob. I think, so far at least, this recorder guy that has gone out of his way to like help Chris record things and has even like made his way into Chris's own home is probably the guy that's been the closest to Chris like ever, I think. That's pretty crazy to think about. And he's like unnamed. No one knows who he is, I guess, at least up to this point.
Because a concoction today.
Chris is an artist.
And I'll remember my nerd. Hello, Skullwort. Let's rinse you well. Alright.
Bro becomes the Incredible Hulk. Oh, sorry.
It's not bad.
Oh yeah, acting 100, acting 100. This is great.
The man emerges from under the table, wearing the Asperger medallion around his neck.
Oh my God, what? What was this transition? Was this one of the greatest transitions of all time?
The man emerges.
Was this actually the greatest transition of all time? I didn't even notice the cut.
The man emerges from under
Oh,
the
it's like a
table,
fade.
wearing the Asperger medallion.
It just looks good because it's like grainy and you can barely even see anything. I thought the cut was insane. You could kind of see the fade right there.
The table,
okay.
Wearing the Asperger medallion around his neck.
And the Oscar goes to...
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. That's not bad.
So what, did
actually.
Chris become attractive?
Feeling pretty good. Feel a little anxious. Frisky. I wonder where a guy like me could go. Get a little action.
Of course, that's exactly what Chris would think.
You know?
Look, he has the medallion and everything, bro. Chris trusted him to wear the medallion. That is incredible. Such a shame. Chris really had no male friends. This could have been a male friend to Chris, but he was just a troll. You know, that's right. I mean, I guess. I mean, you can never know, like, his true intentions. I mean, you would think that, like, after hanging out with a guy for this long and going out of your way to, like, hang out with this guy, record these videos, and, like, speak to each other, like, hang out in like, this guy's home for a while, you would slowly kind of, like, I guess, be friendly and turn into friends. But I guess, like, he probably only had the malicious intent of, like, being a troll and getting this content from him. So, who really knows? Only he would know, like, truthfully, like, how he felt being with Chris and everything.
I need to work on...
But I imagine he didn't care having a male friend. Oh, Chris is back. The editing is amazing.
Our needs to work on the time length.
Yeah, Chris didn't want male friends to begin with, unfortunately.
To be continued.
He became the first known non-family member to enter not only the Chandler household, but also Chris's room.
That's
Due to his appearance
crazy.
in this video, he became known by the trolls as the Magical Man. He also made his presence known in the second video uploaded on Christian's birthday. In this offering, Chris attempts to explain to the Magical Man the customized quirks of his PlayStation 3 menu, while he sits listening to Chris and pointing the camera at the TV screen.
I would lose all of my trust in humanity after every person you meet is nefarious and disingenuous. Yeah, like, honestly, but I don't know what's the best word to describe Chris. I would say, I guess, ironically, but I mean, it's the best word. He's just really naive to actually believe every person that comes out in his life. Actually, we haven't even talked about this woman yet. Who's the girl that he found, that he actually met in person, that he started talking to? That, like, they only mentioned briefly in the past couple of episodes. How dare I? I'm so sorry. I apologize. Chris will probably call me, like, multiple slurs after calling him naive. There's this girl that, like, was mentioned briefly, but, like, we haven't been it's just the Wallflower. Is that really her name? Like where she's, like, an actual person. She's an actual girl that didn't know anything about Chris's, like, past. Anne? Is Anne the Wallflower? Or is this girl that like Chris actually met, and they haven't elaborated on her yet? Like, we've just been busy, like, talking with the whole Alex saga and all that. Herther is her name. She's not a troll as far as I know. All right. Well, I'm hoping to get more information on her, because I find that to be pretty interesting. Chris calls her the Wallflower to protect. Ah, okay, I get you. Okay, so it's the wallflower. All right, thank you guys. I think the person who was working at the store is right. All right, well, welcome to the stream, commentator. Commentator.
It makes the noises when you between it. That's.
We got a PlayStation 3 theme that's amazing.
Oh,
Her name is
that's cool.
purposely redacted in a lot of information now because she did not want anything to do with it after being harassed. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really yellow. How do you sign into the PlayStation Network?
Alright, well, first off, you want to make sure your system, your console is up to date with version 3.15, which you find that out after you log in. You get your PlayStation 3 internet capable. And then, of course, you put in your, my online.
Sonic 2.
How about me? I am Christian. I like that.
Yeah, that works.
As Chris continues to explain the customization capabilities of his gaming device, his guest takes his camera away from the screen and pans around the room, documenting the plethora of items on Christian's walls, including a Playboy magazine centerfold of cartoon character Marge Simpson, various Sonic drawings, and his wall of originals.
You have to pay for.
That is a beautiful room. That is an incredible room.
Check it out. You can get the.
You wanna know what I actually want? I want those like that little those like little things that he has on his wall
second
of
row
like
in the middle,
Mario,
down one.
Zelda, and Metroid, and like Sonic.
For some reason, I thought it was Betty Page
I
for a
actually want
second.
those. I think those are like the most badass things in his room.
I don't see big page. Of course, you could preview these as well, even in full screen.
Wow,
Oh, that's
boobies! Of course, Chris has that theme. That's amazing.
cool. Oh, I
That is
got one.
great.
Yeah.
Also on his birthday,
Crazy to think Chris actually spent money to like for themes on PlayStation 3. Oh wow, so they looked through this guy's like account. That's crazy.
a troll hacked into his PlayStation Network
Oh, hacked
account.
into. Okay, that's
This
good.
troll would soon come to be known as Surfshack Tito, assuming the identity of Tito Makani, a supporting character from the Nickelodeon cartoon series Rocket Power. On February 25th, Christian uploaded the final pages of Sonic issue 10, completing the book. The comic, which solely consists of episode 21, Director Amenities,
the magical
begins
man
with a
had
recap
sand
of
hand
Christian being pulled out of the
sanitizer.
time void, but in this version, there is more dialogue. He claims that during his absence,
How do you sign in Magical Man? How do you sign in Chris? Here, let me show you likely how Magical Man got his Chris's password. That's what I thought immediately. Like there was like there's no other reason why you would be asking him to sign into PlayStation Network. It's interesting to see how he gets along kind of well with that guy. Another troll, but mostly short-lived. Yeah. Like that's why I'm saying I think they might have actually been friends, maybe. But Chris probably didn't care, or at least like maybe the guy like realized that Chris didn't care. Here we go. The power fantasy made reality of what he wants. Oh boy.
he traveled to the year 2015 and took part in a medical study. While he was there, he met a hot woman named Lovely Weather, who
That's
happened to have been the wife of Chris's future self and the mother of their daughter, Crystal. She mistook the current day Chris for the future Chris, so they went back home together and had sex. According to Chris, the medical study's aim was to find a cure for homosexuality, but they needed a sample of pure, untainted, straight blood, so Chris offered them a sample of his own blood. They successfully began producing syringes filled with the cure for homosexuality, with Chris obtaining 2 of them, one of which was to be administered to Reldnak to turn him back into his straight self, Nate.
So canonically, the cure to homosexuality is Chris Chan's blood. Canonically, because of how straight Chris is, the cure to being gay is receiving Chris Chan's blood. Define untainted. He is the cure. That is, you know, if there's one thing, Chris never fails to amaze me. Chris never fails to surprise me.
Chris revealed that Kel, the trainer of the Raichu, who morphed into Rosechu in episode 1, was Nate's sweetheart and was waiting for him to come home. Christian asks Magi-chan to transfer the vaccine crates from the future back to the present and administer them to the local medical facilities. He telepathically informs his allies to prepare and meet him at the 4 Cents garbage building at 2:30 p.m. to execute a yet unknown plan.
Billy
In
Mays,
preparation,
bro.
Chris Chan Sonichu visits the Sonichu site filing facility, a physical manifestation of his website, sonichu.net, to gather necessary items, which he then teleports to his mayoral office.
His ego is just so
He
much
then meets
bigger
with
than his
present-day
ignorance.
lovely
real.
weather and sets up their first date, setting the foreseen future in motion. He then pays a visit to the Quickfill Board of Directors, a previously unheard-of government body. What follows are the preview pages first shown in October 2008, in which Chris reveals that his high school ring is the true source of all his powers, and declares his devotion to his sweetheart, Blanca, who by the time of the official release of Sonichu Issue 10 was irrelevant to Christian and the story.
What?
Chris Chan then fights off Reldnak, who wanted Chris to join his dark, gay way of life. Before Reldnak could turn Chris gay, Chris quickly takes out the syringe with the cure for homosexuality and stabs Reldnak through his medallion, shattering it, telling him to metaphorically drink his blood.
Irony.
Chris telekinetically transports Reldnak back to Kel, who laments that all this time he never wore a shirt.
So
By 2:30 p.m.
I don't. So is this issue's story in freaking Sonic Chew just Chris versus Legay, Lezesti? Is that literally just this issue's story? That is crazy. Chris is a writer. Chris is an artist. Chris is a storyteller. You know.
All the chaotic combo members have gathered in front of the 4 Cent garbage building. Sonichu puts on the beanie Chris had won for his participation in the Parappa the Rapper contest. Chris takes his Guitar Hero controller out of the trunk of his car and morphs into his real-life self, editing himself into the pages, wearing a different shirt than is depicted in the comic. He apologizes for the continuity error by stating that the correct shirt was in the laundry pile at the time the photos were taken. His car transforms into Sonchu and assembles itself into a stage to host a live performance by Christian and the Hedgehog Boys. Christian's camera failed to capture the entirety of his body, so he completed it by combining photos of his upper body and his legs. They perform a song called Revive Zordon, which is the song Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent, with original lyrics by Christian. Chris overlaid the Guitar Hero colored markers of the note highway of the song onto himself. The song refers to a character from the TV series Power Rangers, and Chris calls for the original actors and characters of the Mighty
That comic
Morphin
goes
Power Rangers
unnecessarily
to
hard.
reunite.
Welcome to the stream.
This musical
Sal.
display successfully manages to throw the structural integrity of the 4 Cent garbage building into question, as it begins to rumble and crumble due to the power of rock music. The inhabitants of the top floor, Clyde Cash, Beale, Jack Thaddeus, Jason Kendrick Howell, and his slave mistress, Kathleen, discuss an escape strategy. Howell proclaims that unlike the others, he is straight and vows to escape with Kathleen and settle down in a house in the suburbs. They enter an escape pod and fly away. Beale has a change of heart and goes to hide in the basement shelter until the troubles settle.
Chris believes that the only requirement to be a villain is to be gay. That is real. That is real. If you are gay, you are automatically the bad guy. Any villain in any story, they liked the same sex. If you guys are liking the stream so far, don't forget to like the comment. It really helps out with like people checking out the VODs and everything.
Jack and Clyde had to decide whether to get killed by Chris or die by suicide. They decide to kill themselves by jumping down the 72-story elevator shaft, expressing remorse for slandering Christian like they did. While his aim was to depict a display of depravity, Christian inadvertently created a tragic but touching moment when Clyde Cash and Jack Thaddeus jumped to their deaths while holding hands. Meanwhile, the rock band's raucous rock display
let's
literally
get Chris
brings down the 4 Cent garbage building, taking the website's Encyclopedia Dramatica play.
Did he really have to censor crappy? Did you really have to do that, Chris? The Power Rangers back together, which was most awesome compared to today's beep crap Power Rangers.
Brings down the 4 Cent garbage building,
Chris is
taking
great.
the website's Encyclopedia Dramatica and 4chan with it, destroying every single bit of data. There were about 1,500 people in the lower 71st floors. Chris then gives a detailed breakdown of the numbers of injuries and deaths. They call for ambulances to help those affected. Christian sheds a single tear for the destruction for which he is responsible.
I wonder if asexuality makes me
Magi-chan
a
comes
villain
back
as
from
well.
the future and informs Christian that with the help
If you were anything but a cis, like white, straight, male or female, you are a villain. According to Chris, you know? I'd imagine that's what it is. If you are anything other than a cis white male or straight white male or female, you are a bad person and you are not the protagonist, according to Christian.
Of water treatment and medical facilities. Over the next 6 months, the vaccine will be dispensed into the world's drinking supplies, calculating that by February 24th, 2009, they will have successfully eradicated homosexuality. Because of this fact, February 24th will be declared Christian Love Day and will serve as a second Valentine's Day to be celebrated by people in straight love, rejoicing the extinction of all homosexuality and asexuality. Chris is then surprised by the sudden appearance
of all homosexuality and asexuality. You're screwed, Flickering Key.
of Meg Griffin from Family Guy, who heard Christian's band playing from a quarter mile away.
Wow.
They both reveal that they are fans of each other, and she gives him a kiss. After expressing wishes for meeting up again in the future, Megan departs, and once out of Chris's line of sight, she reveals that she was in fact Sylvana Rosechew in disguise, trolling him. Chris then all of a sudden declares remorse for offending homosexuals over the course of the previous few pages, and states that he only did it to convince others that he and the Sonichu characters were heterosexuals. He acknowledges that his fanbase seemingly decreased in numbers due to the widespread backlash, hence the reason why this apology was produced. Right after, Christian and Sonichu use the 7 Sonichu crystals to transform into Colossal Chris Chan and Ultra Sonichu respectively.
Chris X Meg is crazy.
Flies back to the mayor's office,
it's beautiful,
where he is greeted by Patty,
Chris
who
just
tells
like
him that his sister Crystal was kept safe inside the dark mirror. Christian walks in and pulls her out, leaving her to be tended to by Patty and the secretary, 𝙳ዐսենⅰ who called an ambulance for Crystal. Colossal Chris Chan then rendezvous with Ultra Sonichu in Minnesota, outside the home of Alec Benson Leary. They break into his house and locate his computer, which is said to be a Hexbox pavilion. Chris inserts his finger into a USB port, which allows his consciousness to travel into the inner workings of the computer and log in as an administrator. He promptly deletes all files on the Asperpedia, blocks the IP addresses of Alec, Evan, Sean, and Mao, and then deletes their accounts. He also takes a dating simulator game for the Hexbox called Don't Be Nervous Talking to Girls,
the alternate reality where Chris wins
on the PlayStation Network. He says that he will reformat it for PS3 and check it out later. Meanwhile, Ultra Sonichu goes into Alec's room and comments that his artwork is poor. He then spots Asperchew, accompanied by Christian's redesigned versions of Leary's redesigned versions of Sonichu and the chaotic combo in the backyard. They announce that the original Sonichu is the savior for whom they have been waiting. Alec's Sonichu begs for Christian's forgiveness for being forced by Alec to follow Liquid Chris instead. The characters reveal that they all have Asperger's and that Alec treats them badly.
I'm sure Alec is going to love responding to this comic. If Chris will even pick up the phone to Alec, I'm sure Alex is going to love this comic.
To have new personalized names. They also claim that Leary kept 4 caged Rosechews in his basement. Ultra Sonichu cures them of their Asperger's and greatly boosts their confidence levels. Asperchew gets an extreme electric makeover.
They have been cured of their Asperger's. That's great.
Chris blows up Alec's Hexbox.
You know, Chris is such a great guy. You know, found the cure to homosexuality in the same comic, mind you, and found the cure to Asperger's. You know, that's just Chris is just so humble, such a great guy. You know.
The new revitalized Sonichus and Rosechews bowed down before him, treating him like a god. But Chris tells them that they are in breach of the first commandment of the Bible. He appreciates the gesture regardless. They are suddenly ambushed by Metal Asperchew, which is quickly defeated. Alec Benson Leary himself appears outside of the panels, and his Sonichus and Rosechews charge at him to beat him up. Chris states that he will teleport Alec's slave Rosechews to safety. Christian then devotes.
Back then, he secretly believed that this was happening in a different dimension, but didn't feel confident to express it to the idea guys gave him proof that it was real. I mean, he basically expressed it to Alec, didn't he? And like the past couple of calls, like he said like they have real, like he believed that they had real emotions and that they could like feel all this crap. And that everything that he was writing, that he was putting to paper was actually happening in this supposed Quickville. So I think he was relatively open about it. Like he would never deny it. Yeah, but Alec was shutting it down and not entertaining the idea. Yeah. So I guess the idea guys entertained the idea enough that made him just be so open about it and being like, no, yeah, this is my religion. This is my belief, basically. That is just disgusting. He thinks he needs to cure someone's mental disability simply because he thinks they're inferior to his own. Real. He will not find the he will not find the cure to autism. He will find the cure to Asperger's, though, just so that just to prove that autism is, I guess, worse. I don't know what his argument is. It's
Alec's
ridiculous.
reimagined characters have no relation to his own, and that only Chris's original Sonichu pages detail the true events of the aforementioned characters. Ultra Sonichu brings the former Roaster slaves to a soup hotel, where they can attempt to rebuild their lives. Outside, Sonichu comes across a 78-year-old Jamaican veteran named Enos, a parody of the troll-created Sonichu, offering him narcotics. He telepathically communicates with Magi-chan, who sends police over to his location to deal with Enos.
Oh, wow.
Ultra Sonichu then flies, who's
So,
Sonichu,
of
an
course.
8-year-old Jamaican veteran named Enos, a parody of the troll-created
The
Sonichu.
Jamaican black man was offered this man narcotics. The Jamaican black man offered this freaking Sonic thing narcotics.
Bring him narcotics. He telepathically communicates with Magi-chan, who sends police over to his location to deal with Enos.
Speaks for itself.
Ultra Sonichu then flies to the private villa of corrupted citizens and uses the power of the Sonichu crystals
Bro
to
is T-posing,
unbrainwash
that's
all
amazing.
followers of 𝙳ዐασεν⁰ and Count Graduan. After all the jerk-cops and manajerks broke free from 𝙳عîl's mind control and left the PBCC, colossal Christian arrives to confront her. He takes Graduan's wand and smashes it. He briefly fights with 𝙳عîl, defeating her.
Such
He
a
assures the
wonderful
readers
plot.
that she is not dead, but rather paralyzed. Christian then delivers a special announcement to his citizens in the Quickfield shopping mall. He declares that 𝙳عîl has been defeated and that he made it legal for homosexuals to do what they wished in the town. However, gay marriage...
It's crazy because Chris promised that he would never I don't know how many Sonic Chew issues have passed of him promising that Chris would not be up in the forefront of the Sonic Chew comics, but he has lied every single time and still makes himself the main character of every Sonic Chew issue or comic. Chris basically creates no conflict anymore until he comes back to the comics with issue 11. Oh, wow. It's all happy and rainbows now.
remained illegal. He also announced that he would be less involved in future Sonichu adventures, but would remain as mayor because the town would fall apart without him. During his speech...
How much do you guys want to bet that he is still going to be involved? Chris will still be heavily involved as a main
Simola
character.
goes to the bathroom, leaving her partner Wild to look after their egg. Magi-chan notices that Evan was attempting to cut the chains holding the giant TV screen in the mall, but manages to stop him. He also stops a disguised Simonchu from attempting to murder his sister, Simonla. During all this commotion, Alec Benson Leary plants an explosive Pokemon called Voltorb in the ladies' restroom. When Simonla goes to the bathroom, Leary detonates the Voltorb. Simonla is gravely injured and is rushed to hospital. Despite the surgeon's best efforts, Dr. Bill Schwartz, who was the one who accidentally created Black Sonichu, informs Wild that Simonla succumbed to her internal bleeding and passed away, leaving him to raise their future child on his own. Magi-chan tells him that they caught her killer and his accomplices, with their trial taking place in a week's time. All of a sudden, the egg hatches, revealing a Rosie. Wild names her Sandy, and when she asks for her mother, Magi-chan tells her that Evan killed her mother. Wild names her Sandy.
Chris had to interject by saying Alec is not naive, and I apologize for calling him that in the middle of the comic. That's great.
And when she asks for her mother, Magi-chan tells her that Evan killed her mother. Within a week, Sandy Rosie evolves into a ground buck-type Rosechu, who appears to be near identical to the recently deceased Simonla. Throughout all these events, Christian interrupts the narrative with flashbacks to his speech in the shopping mall, one by one fulfilling his obligatory apologies to Alec Benson Leary.
The most evil thing a child has done in Chris's story is coming. I am very excited.
As he remembered them. The scene finally moves on to the day of the trial, which is presided over by Judge Slack Lewis, who is based on comedian Lewis Black.
That's funny to see side by side. Okay, I gotta admit, this is really funny to see side by side.
The opening remarks are delivered by prosecuting attorney Marvy Blaziken, who is a parody of Adult Swim's Harvey Birdman, mixed with the Pokemon Blaziken. He praises Christian's creativity and states that the author's dry spells come about due to temporary losses of inspiration. He understands that patience is necessary until inspiration returns, and accuses the 4 showrunners of the Asperpedia of failing to understand this fact. Sean, who is acting as their defense attorney, delivers his statement while under the influence of drugs, and appears to be of low intelligence due to his mispronunciations and spelling errors. They plead not guilty to the charges of murder of Simone LaRoche-Chu, theft from Quickville, mockery of Christian Weston Chandler, and others. Marvy Blaziken offers
you can get sued for mockery in Quickville. That's great.
Asperpedia Comics, remote control detonator, and Magichan's psychic link powers as evidence against them. Sean offers a rock in their defense because they rock. The jury swiftly finds the Asperpedia 4 guilty as charged, and are sentenced to be executed by those they had hurt. Alec was placed in an electric chair, which was active.
What is all of this? What is all of this? Just what is all of this? Look, set me on fire, chop off my head, you dick lunatic. I am not gay. You killed my sweetheart. You killed my mommy. I am not R-word. May God have mercy. Blood and gore. I bite back. I am not a robot. That is just great. That's just, yeah.
Activated
Okay.
by pushing 10 buttons simultaneously.
Great heroes.
Chris, Patty, Sandy, and the chaotic combo do the honors of electrocuting Alec Benson Leary until he
They're
is
pressing
burned
the
to
button
a
to
crisp.
kill them.
Next,
Yeah, but it's
Evan-
hilarious how they all have a comment, and how Sonic Chu's comic specifically is "I am not gay." That's just great.
chained to a wall, and Wild instructs his daughter to deal to him as much damage as she wishes, but wants to keep him alive so that they could murder him together. Sandy takes his glasses as a trophy. Then she drills holes into Evan's torso, including his groin area, and tears his limbs from his body, before finishing him off with her father to avenge her mother. Sean was also hung from the wall. Allison Amber, Bill Schwartz, and Kelly use him as target practice and excessively shoot him dead. Finally, Chris uses his mind powers to break Mao's body, twisting his limbs into grotesque positions, and as the fatal blow, explodes his heart, stating that his amends have been made. The next page is a transcript of the speech Chris delivered on video proclaiming the importance of Christian Love Day. This was followed by a dedication to Panda Halo, showcasing a collection of her artwork. He even included a full page from her own comic, which had been drawn digitally. Christian's hypocrisy, as
Dude, yeah, his hypocrisy. Yeah, didn't Chris say he hated putting gore in comics? Chris said that death was bad. In any capacity, Chris said that death was bad. In fact, Chris also said that he hated digital artwork, and then included Panda Halo's comic of digital artwork. Chris is the craziest hypocritical person in the world. It is actually hilarious how much of a hypocrite this man is. Just because this is a woman, right? This is a woman, according to Chris, as far as Chris knows. This artwork is amazing. This was a potential sweetheart to Chris. And even though this was done digitally on the computer, it's amazing, and it will be presented and it will be honored by Chris. and then he goes on to kill off all those those 3 people, those 2 guys, like in the most grotesque
comic,
way,
which had been drawn digitally.
mind you.
Christian's hypocrisy, as highlighted many times by Alec, was on full display again, brutally murdering those to whom he had complained about the graphic violence of their own comics. It would seem that Alec's efforts to change his ways were for naught, as the delivered justice, as seen by Chris, would only create more conflict in his real life, and turn more people away from him.
Chris
For
made
while
a
he was
child
living his
kill,
fantasy
even,
life
by the
as a
way.
hero,
Let's not ignore
he
that.
failed to
That is true.
realize that in the real world, he
For a good person, he has some terribly dark and twisted imagination. Real as hell.
was letting himself become the villain.
Chris was becoming the villain. Chris was becoming gay, according to him. That's the end of part 25. Let's jump right into freaking 26, man. I want to read some comics though. Chris pretending to be Barb, asking to clean the cat's mess, or randomly pressing buttons on the phone so the other person thinks they got disconnected, shows how Chris thinks in cartoon logic. Real as hell. Imagine looking out the window and seeing Chris lying face down in the snow with his pants around his knees. Real. Christian sheds a single tear for the destruction for which he is responsible. Fucking insane how some guy just waltzed into Chris's room, did some videos, and then dipped without anyone having any idea who the hell he was. That is crazy. It never occurred to me how insanely slow Chris's comic actually was. Dude has nothing going on in his life outside of the internet, yet he's not even 11 issues in at this point, and he's been working on it for 10 years. That's actually true. He's had like an issue going out like 1 year at a time, and with the quality of art that he's been presenting. The Anon who managed to infiltrate Chris's room, honestly an effing legend. I love how Alec trolls Chris by acting like a normal, rational human being. Yeah, and I think that's the best way. I mean, there's no good way to troll Chris, but I mean, this is the best way of showcasing how actually insane Chris is compared to like anything else. Because of the way that he responds, it's just crazy. Like, you can see, like, it's literally just mental illness. That's literally like the basis of describing Chris. Just wow, dude. Geometry Dash's biggest cheater was finally caught. I'm gonna watch that video eventually. That's a good video. I love that guy. All right, let's jump into 26. Vengeance. I think at this point Chris is starting his slow descent to insanity. Wouldn't you say it's already began since the trolling? Or maybe it's like more noticeable, I guess.
On February 25th, 2010, Alec Benson Leary called Christian one last time to mostly discuss the bloody conclusion of Solitude Issue 10.
Hey,
I'm sure he'll love it.
Okay, well, I was not expecting you.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah. How was your birthday today?
My birthday was yesterday, and it was good.
Oh, it was yesterday?
Celebrated with my family. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I saw the pages you got uploaded today. What's up with that trial, Chris? I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, well, you drew me in a setup of being bared false witness from your parody of my science show, in comparison of the other Chris being the real one and not me, which I was the real deal. And then you set me on fire. And then recently, you portrayed me getting my head chopped off in a saw blade with gore detail.
Chris, you didn't read that last page. Did you read the page? Because what happened there was that was a picture of the real you in the comic, and I said, like your head got chopped off, but then you came right back and said, no, okay, we were just faking. Your head didn't actually get chopped off. Yeah.
You could have made that more obvious.
Well, if you read the text, it would have been obvious.
Chris,
it seemed kind of weird that your comic has suddenly taken a very gory turn.
It's just one time.
But you said violence is wrong, though. Times.
Yeah, well, you did violence unto me. I was just returning the favor.
Oh, revenge is okay, though? I'm kind of curious, why is this trial taking place? Like, why are we on trial?
Okay, well, let me see. The copycat of practically everything nearly everything from my books, set me on fire, chopping my head off, false witness, and, how about wanting to kill Simona Rosechew?
Do you remember all the times that we talked about Simona where I explained to you that I wanted you to kill her because she's not your character and Evan wanted her gone from your comic?
Yeah.
Chris, you told me, you swore up and down to me that you understood the point I was trying to get across to you, and that you understood what I meant.
Yeah, I did understand that. No,
God,
actually,
Chris, I
did.
cannot believe you did this, Chris. You know, you promised, you understood, you comply, you believed what I was saying, but then this trial comes along, and what you're telling me right now is apparently my words went in one ear and out the other with you, and you think that me and Evan did something wrong to you. You think that you have done nothing wrong? Do you seriously believe that we are, antagonists and you are just a saint here?
They move on to the issue regarding Simona's death.
I mean, that's
think so,
literally
but by
literally
request-
Chris's like ideal. Like that's what Chris believes. Like every single freaking time, he thinks he is the saint. He always believes that he's right, even when he's very clearly wrong, and he will never admit that he's wrong. He will always believe that he is right. He is the guy. He is the protagonist. He has never done nothing wrong. And he will write about it that way. Like he is so biased. That's why like I had a comment the other day of people like I don't know who it was. I don't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned hating the principal story of Chris mentioning back when like he was like a little kid in like elementary, and calling him like a gay like pedophile. Hi Mark, did you invite me? How are you doing, DP Anderson? I mean, I hope you're here. How are you doing, dude? Glad you're here, I guess. But the principal, like he portrayed him as just this gay principal that was, I guess, just like had him, and I don't know, I don't remember the story, but the guy was like very pessimistic of the way that Chris described the principal, like in his early years, since like it's very difficult to trust and like take everything that Chris says like verbatim, because he loves to manipulate every situation into his like point of view, into him being on top, or if he's not on top, he's the victim. I guess he's never in the wrong, and that's like nobody taught him that's not how the world works, unfortunately.
I put and hand wrote all the apologies and everything, and killed Simona.
Oh no! You said that me and Mao and Sean and Evan killed Simona. That's what your comic says. Apparently, you didn't fulfill that part of the requirement either. Because I wanted you to kill her, but you accused me of killing her, and then you killed us in your comic. What kind of apology is that?
Yeah, a request of a death of one of my characters comes with a price.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said request of the killing of one.
The principal had Chris on his lap, and Chris thought he was gay and said offensive things to him. Yeah. So, and one of the comments said that like he did not want to trust him. He was very pessimistic of like believing that story of Chris, since like he's very like he will always retell stories to where he's on top, where he's the victim, never that he was in the wrong. And like I understand that, and that's basically Chris all his life up to now.
Are my characters
Not
real.
Yeah,
your
welcome to the stream,
character.
DP Anderson.
No, Simona was not your character. She was Evan's.
Yeah, but anyway, with all the
Yeah, but anyway. So
all
you
the,
said yeah, but anyway. So are you acknowledging that Simona was not yours?
I acknowledge that Simona was not mine. Anyway, the point is Simona is dead now.
Yeah. Well, no. The point is that you apparently don't listen when I talk to you. That's my point, right?
Actually,
Because you believe that you are in the right and everyone else is in the wrong.
Real.
And
I just said that. Alex just like me for real.
Is that your TV going in the background? Do you ever turn your TV off when you talk to people on the phone? That might be kind of nice.
Well, actually, I do turn the TV off sometimes. All right, I'll turn it off now.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for that. Who is Sandy, by the way? Sandy, like Simona's daughter?
Wild and Simona's daughter, yes.
How can Simona have a daughter when she's not supposed to exist in your comic? You know, Evan might get pissed about Sandy existing.
Well, still, Sandy did not originate from Simon's shoe.
Do you even realize the point of getting rid of Simona in the first place? It was because, okay, Evan was mad about Simona because Simona was just a ripoff of Simon Chu. And it looks like Sandy is a ripoff of Simona, which by corollary makes her a ripoff of Simon Chu as well.
I disagree with that.
You can disagree all you want. Doesn't make it true.
Okay, well, actually, still, Sandy does have an origin. That's definitely not one that Simona was from. Just blatantly based off of some other character.
She origins from
She
Simona.
actually was born as a Rosie, and some soft
From
things.
Simona.
They then discuss the alleged importance of Christian Love Day.
Well, why do you think that your birthday should be a holiday in the first place?
I am very excited to hear Chris's. It is a holiday in Mexico, so it should be as equally important of a holiday in America. What is the holiday in Mexico? February 24, Mexican holiday. Is it Mexican Flag Day? Mexicans' national heritage and the meaning behind the green bandera. So that's it. Dia de la Bandera is a national holiday in Mexico dedicated to the flag of Mexico. So Chris believes that it should. There is absolutely no correlation. It's just it's basically their Independence Day. Wow. And Chris wants it to be his day. That is great.
Well, one point, it is a holiday in Mexico.
That's just great.
So it should be an equally important holiday in America.
It's Mexican Flag Day in Mexico.
Okay, they explained it. I should just let them play at this point.
So your birthday is more important than 110 million Mexicans.
Real.
I never said that. And I never said that everybody should celebrate my birthday on that day.
Chris, your first response when I asked you, like 90 seconds ago, I asked you, why should your birthday be a holiday? And you said, well, it's a holiday in Mexico, therefore it should be of equal importance in America. That is exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And that's what you're thinking. You think that Mexican Flag Day is just not even good enough, right?
Oh, damn.
Well, it can be better.
It can be better.
Wow!
It's a day for 110 million Mexicans to celebrate the freedom of their country.
Oh.
And that celebration could be accepted in America.
Well, why? Why would Americans celebrate Mexico's history? Americans have the 4th of July. That's when we celebrate our history. We have Flag Day too, like June 16th, I think.
But still, I mean, we have the Mexicans in.
The point is, Chris, we are not celebrating Mexicans. We are celebrating Christian Love Day. This isn't the you are not advocating for us to celebrate Flag Day for Mexico. You are advocating for us to celebrate Christian Love Day. This argument is so ass backwards. This is not good.
America?
Chris just dissed my home country.
Well, then why wasn't your video about Mexican Flag Day instead of this made-up Christian Love Day?
You are so smart.
One idea behind Christian Love Day is like the possibility of a second Valentine's Day.
It's like 10 days after the real Valentine's Day. Why would we need another Valentine so soon?
It's like we need more reminders to love and
Oh wow, Chris is a beacon of love and positivity. I keep forgetting this. I'm so
each other.
Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday sponsored by corporations to sell shitty gift cards and
Alec is a
disgusting
capitalist. This
fake
is
sugar candies. It's not about
Or not
love.
a capitalist,
it's
a socialist.
Stupid corporate holiday. If you really want to celebrate love, you can do it at any time. You don't need a holiday.
It's to help
Alec
us
speaking
help
facts
remind
here
us
based.
to do so on a more constant basis.
Okay, so why your birthday?
Because it feels right.
Chris, just admit that you just want you really think you're so important, that you're so saintly and perfect that you think your birthday should be a holiday.
Real. Admit it.
Admit it. It's about your ego.
I partially agree with you on that, but it's actually a lot more than just quote unquote ego.
What more could it be?
I am not sure right now because I cannot come up with the appropriate answer for that.
Then if you do not have the answer, then it's literally all about ego. He's like, I cannot come up with the answer right now because I cannot bullshit it to you right now. I'm just incapable of bullshitting it to you right now. So I'm just not gonna answer it. That's basically what Chris said. If an adult responded.
You shouldn't really be trying to do anything until after you've come up with a logical reason to do it.
Real.
Countless times I've asked you why you do things, and you fall back on, I'm not sure, it felt right. Or you use your emotions as an excuse, like when you
Mark, you and Alec think alike. Guys, I'm actually Alec. That was my screen name, and I actually trolled Chris, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm a part of Christery.
brutally murdered, me and Evan and Mal and Sean in your sham mock trial, because you were still angry about the ads. It kind of sounds like if I had drawn you as a perfect, super strong, master of the universe like you draw yourself in your comic, then you would have been fine with it, because I would have been kissing your ass in that case.
That would be considerably agreeable right there between us, yeah.
So you prefer that people just kiss your ass all the time?
Real.
It helps. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel encouraged.
Makes you feel better. Christian,
I wouldn't disagree with it. If people kiss my ass, I wouldn't mind it. Chris, just like me for a
adult, you really want people to kiss your ass all the time?
I wouldn't mind it.
Well, yeah, not all the time.
Why don't you learn to deal with it?
I don't like constant abuse.
That's a different thing.
And torment and slanders and cursings.
Chris, what torment and slander and cursing? Hey, Chris. Okay, you don't like slander? What about all the lies you've told about me? What about? Okay, remember a while ago you made a video trying to hypnotize people into hating Asperchu? Like you spoke in backwards Spanish or something?
That was great.
Remember when you cursed me with the death threats?
And I apologized for that.
No. You're not getting away with that bullshit excuse this time, Chris. Okay? You can't just do horrible things, and then offer a fake apology afterwards. That's not okay. That's not what apology is.
Chris is the original fucking the original YouTube apologist. This is great. Like everyone, this laid the foundation for YouTube apologies since then. Ever since then we got Jake Paul. It's great.
Discuss the validity of the existence of Sonichu.
You don't think imitation is ever a good thing?
Not 100%.
Because Sonichu is an imitation of Sonic, and you must agree.
He was the first YouTuber.
Yeah,
he was the first content creator.
Meant in a positive
like consistent.
But then I get all the inputs from the trolls and all that on the internet, and then that just plain ticks me off.
Okay, if the guy who created Sonic, I don't know what his name is, but if he came along and discovered your Sonichu comic, he would probably see that at least half of it is just you attacking trolls. I mean, the comic's not even really about Sonichu, it's about you. And it's about your war against trolls.
Well, that's to be undone because I have just after I finish book number 10, I will be making less appearances in the book. And
he's been promising that for a while now.
More about
Are you going to do that reboot that we talked about?
There will be a form of a reboot. Yes.
That's great.
Why did you do these pages then? If you're going to do a reboot?
I mean, if I'm going to be making less appearances in the comics, I figured I may as well let myself go out with a bang.
No, Chris, I explained to you, a reboot is a complete restart. What happens in the reboot will have nothing to do with the comics you've made thus far. And you said you had like 30 pages. You only uploaded like 16.
Bro's on his
That's
ass.
the amount I had to complete book number 10. And the book is completed.
You said you had like 30 pages. People who miss deadlines don't get paid.
Well, I had computer troubles.
Of course,
and I had to go out with my family to a restaurant to celebrate my birthday.
Sonichu's your job, Chris.
I mean, not
Another
really.
thing, putting him in a perspective of like he's my job, it just makes me feel.
Well, you intend to make him your huge money-making franchise, right? So yes, he is your job.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't take your job seriously.
Well, you see, with that definition, in the mentality of an artist, when the thing was originally supposed to be a work of art and creativity, then it just cheapens it.
Well, then I could say it cheapened it when you started saying you intended to, publish it and make money off of it. So what you're telling me now is you have no...
Has Chris ever made like a dime off of Sonic Chew at this point? Like, has Chris ever made like anything, any sort of money off of his like internet personality at this point? It feels like all he's done is like loss. I know eventually he starts selling crap, like random things, just for like very recent. He starts selling things for people to buy, but I don't think up to this point he hasn't made any sort of like. He did make money. What did he? How? As an illustrative artist, I take offense to Chris calling himself an artist. I guess with Sonic Chew. How did he make money? Yeah, later down the line, but like at this point, 2010, like with 10 years of Sonic Chew existing and being like his life work, had he made like a single dollar? He made many mistakes out of it. Because if so, then that's pretty crazy to think that he hasn't even made like a cent. At this point, he hasn't. Oh, wow. Pretty crazy to think like he's had this IP. Well, I mean, it's very... I'm pretty sure he should have came up with the idea of selling like those medallions like he did. I feel like that's something that he should have done sooner. I feel like people would have like pounced on that like immediately.
Intention of ever making money off Sonic Chew.
No, I would like to make money off of Sonic Chew.
Well, okay, you're cheapening it then. It's not a work of art anymore.
Real.
Because I've had too many inputs from bad people like the trolls.
Why do you keep responding to trolls then?
Real.
And another thing, you have a really broad definition of trolls, it seems, because you think that people that ask you questions you don't like in your mailbag are trolls. You think homosexual people are trolls just for existing because you want to cure gays. You think I'm a troll and I've been trying to help you.
Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes as things have been trying to elaborate, I get misunderstood often, and it just really makes me feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm being misunderstood.
What?
The call abruptly ends, possibly due to Chris hanging up mid-sentence.
Real.
Also on that same day, Christian emailed the Wallflower, updating her about his completion of his comic, and also mentioned that he was looking forward to going to her house and meeting her family. In addition, he offered her more ideas concerning her story focusing on owls. She responded with a wish that he reduce the frequency of his visits because she wanted more space for herself, and also asked him to stop pestering her about her story. Christian replied stating that he understood and respected her wishes, and offered to reduce his visits to once per week until she felt she was ready for more. Nevertheless, he hinted at story ideas.
Does Chris actually have Riz? Is this Chris actually rizzing up a woman? This is actually amazing.
Concerning the inclusion
so proud
of the Sonic
of
characters
Homeboy.
into her story.
Stay safe with
The
love and
Wallflower
peace,
welcomed
Christian.
him though, thinking that his ideas may give her inspiration. She also updated him on the concert by Irish group Celtic Thunder that she had attended, saying she enjoyed it greatly. Chris later mentioned in an email to Vivian G that he was considering getting a haircut and restyling his hair to look like a certain member of Celtic Thunder. On March 1st, 2010, Bob was hospitalized for congestive heart failure.
Oh no.
On that same day, Christian noticed that the ad space on Wikipedia was relinquished back to the ownership of Jack Thaddeus. Chris wrote him an email welcoming him back. He admitted that he could accept ads promoting homosexuality on the condition that they weren't graphic, and also requested that lesbians and bisexuals should be featured as well. The following day, Christian made a captain's log, once again apologizing to Alec Benson.
Bro's back in the preacher outfit. That's great.
It is with heavy heart and good consent that I deeply apologize to Alec
I miss these
for
videos,
the
man.
Recent portrayal within the comic pages.
Can't believe I would be saying this, but
the,
like just listening to the phone calls has gotten me
the killings.
so
And
missing
the
of just
chair.
Chris talking to us one-on-one, man.
And that sort. I am sorry, man. I am sorry, Alec. Anyway, the tryout and execution will be replaced with pages that are more accurate to the stories of
Oh wow.
science of that genre.
So
And I am
so he's really just control Zing the whole execution. He's just undoing the whole execution just because he can, despite him having already written, drawn, and released it, like the most gory execution. That's great. So he's just undoing it. Control Z. We should have a picture of Sonic Chew taped on the wall next for stream. Well, I can I can print it out. I'll just have it just right here. We'll just have Sonic Chew just right there. Like any good politician, Chris should have ran for president. That would be great. I'm sure he'd get votes.
wearing this
I'm sure the
design
trolls
that
would
Alec
like
has made, along with
would
my
gerrymander
own,
just for
because
Chris.
I feel that we can be friends and coincide with each other.
Oh, that's true. He's wearing the Asperchew medallion and the Sonic Chew. That's great. That's beautiful.
And all people
Vote for Chris
That's,
2024,
original.
man.
Alec heads or whatever are welcome to come and view the original comics that inspired him on the Wikipedia. And the pages will be uploaded as soon as possible. I just have to finish coloring them in. And I got a few more pages to draw. And with that, and bit of honor also, I take Alec's medal here. Here. Excellent. And I will place it on the wall of fame.
This is the Wall of Fame, oh boy.
It would be secured better after the filming,
That's beautiful.
but the point is made.
That is beautiful. Yeah, no, that's just great. That is the Wall
Thank
of
you very
Fame.
much,
Beautiful.
and have a safe day.
Immediately after, he made a short video directed at Surfshack Tito, the troll who had hacked into Chris's PSN account a week prior.
Surfshack Tito,
Oh boy.
I know you. You'll get yours in your dreams, your nightmares.
Chris gives Tito a curse shot. Not long after, Christian received an email from Evan Christopher George, flabbergasted by the events depicted in Sonichu issue 10. You drilled out my dick! You have wronged me more than you have wronged Alec, and we both know it. You steal from me and still refuse to admit that Simonla is a ripoff. I am pleased with Simonla's death, but you drilled out my dick! Are you jealous of my penis and the fact that I received vaginal relations with it? Why would you drill my dick out and have a 4th grader do it to me? Do you even realize how sick that is? Making a little girl commit murder?
I love GENOSAMUE'S has the perfect voice for this shit. This is great. Oh, I see Chris responds. That's awesome.
Chris replied, stating that he would change the controversial pages into something more acceptable, and admitted that he was jealous of male persons such as Evan, whose penises exceeded 7 inches in length. Christopher George, in return, was largely welcomed by the cooperation coming from Christian.
So he accepted being jealous of this man's dick. I love how Gino is reading this. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Gino has the perfect voice for this. Like he like all the caps, he screams it out. It's great. He has the voice for this. I'm telling you.
March 9th, Chris published a new custom level on Little Big Planet called The Guardian of the Owl Kingdom, Foretaste version, which was intended to serve as a preview of a much larger level, inspired by the original story that was being collaboratively
Voice of an
developed
angel,
by
you're so
Christian
right,
and the
Pepper.
Wallflower. In the description of the level, he credited her, using her well-established online pseudonym, Damien Ontaria. Trolls sought out her username and managed to track down her true identity on Facebook, and one individual sent her a link to the Quickie, on which she saw all the articles written about Christian and even the Wallflower herself. Thinking that the Quickie was under Chris's control, she demanded that all the information about her be removed from the site. She ended their relationship, blaming
I want to read this. Oh wow. You need to find some way to delete all of that information about me on your site, and I am hurt that you didn't ask permission either. I did not appreciate that. There's only one place that has my real info, and that is Facebook. And for the last time, I am not your sweetheart. I never agreed to be your girlfriend or anyone else's. Facebook is the only place that knows my real name, and all the other websites I go by, blah, blah, blah. If someone comes after me, it'll be your fault. Delete all of that right now. And just for this, we are no longer friends. I am sorry, but you did this and it was wrong. Email me once you've deleted that info and I'm going to check it. I'm also going to have to change my email thanks to you. Wow. Bro, that's gotta be like a... If I was in Chris's position, bro, I would have a heart attack knowing this shit. But to be fair, that is Chris's fault because... he's the one that he cannot keep his mouth shut. He has to like let people know about this shit.
That all the information about her be removed from the site. She ended their relationship, blaming him for this recent development, and stated,
"Listen, the Wikipedia is my one website, not the quickie that belongs to someone else. I will get in touch with the webmaster who created it and try to get it off there." Well, judging from where we are right now, it didn't. I only referenced you by your pen name once on the Foretaste level. I updated no other time, and I have never referred to us as sweethearts or anything beyond just friends. I swear this was with my hand on my Bible. I'm sure God would love that. I understand I screwed up royally. I also did my best to prevent this by not even stating an inkling of your real name. Why did I have to become such a goddamned internet... Suffering from success, DJ Khaled. That's just great. Why did I have to become such a goddamned internet celebrity? That is gold. That is amazing. I shared my Sonic 2 stories and art, and for a few years now, I have been bullied. Of course, he's trying to find some sort of freaking, what's the word? Victimize himself for all this. And such cruel emotional torment from the thousands to millions of cruel people who took my words and photos and warped them around to their own damned mockery. Even crap they took from me from deceptive methods, pretending to be old friends and trusting people online. I had learned long ago to be very careful about most people. Wow! I had learned long ago to be very careful about most people online and such. Yup.
stated that she would have to change her email address because of it.
Because of these trolls, I have lost a few friends. They made a page of my old gal pal, Megan Schroeder. Bro, get her name out of your fucking mouth. That is ridiculous that he still mentions her at every, almost every chance that he gets. She's his number one example of old gal pals that he's lost. It's ridiculous. Hey, welcome to the stream, Oblivion. How you doing? It's a Shakespearean tragedy if the protagonist was way dumber. Real. On their Encyclopedia Dramatica Christian page, I also made the worst mistake of an adult drawing between me and her, which was the 8. Why do you mention this? Bro, why do you... Who just say I'm sorry and move on. This is ridiculous. He's just trying to garner sympathy points. She and her family moved to another state, and I lost touch with her long ago. Such a damn mistake. I swore never to repeat again. He continued to repeat it again. Not only friends, but because of their influence towards the manager, plus an impulse of anger because he would not let me hook up my Wii to his HD TV, I was banned from the game and hobby place June 2008, and with that, I was forced away from the Pokemon. Bro, you were so weird.
Christian tried to clarify that he was in charge of the Wikipedia and not...
He's just recounting the whole documentary up to now. I think he mentioned Sarah, Ivy, Casey. He mentions Liquid Chris. Damn it, they even listed 3 of my high school gal pals based on the slideshow from a copy of the Quick on TV DVD, a troll who pretended to be my primary/elementary school crush in her adult years. I should have never put Sonic 2 on the internet. How was I to know that it would bring me grief less than a decade later? This is the most truest sentence ever. I should have never put Sonic 2 on the internet. Wow.
The quickie, and blamed the trolls for causing him much grief over the past few years, due to him becoming an internet celebrity.
I have been in a number of moments of finding peace and losing it later because these damn trolls won't leave me be. They're mostly immature dumbasses who have no lives of their own. They don't want me to have a life of my own. They don't want me to find long-term peace and happiness for myself. They don't want me to find and hold true love for myself because they are so self-absorbed in themselves that they only want me to give them more stories and art more often. They are nothing but greedy, impatient, unloved, and corrupted fools. What does that sound like, guys? Who sounds like a greedy, impatient, and unloved, corrupted fool? I'll give you a hint. It is the guy who wrote that. And it's crazy because he says he calls them self-absorbed. Wow. Chris is projecting. That's amazing. Trauma dumping. Information overload. What if Chris... That's true. Chris is just trying to information overload this woman and hope that she just forgets that everything happened. Heartbreaks and heartaches. It really hurts. Please, please, please do not leave me as my companion. You are the sunlight that lifted me up more than I've been lifted from in the past. I would feel like hardly a shell of my better self. I would be left in a deep... in the darkness state of loneliness and despair. Even worse, I'd probably hire a prostitute.
I've been in a number of moments of finding peace and losing it later because these damn trolls won't leave me be. They're mostly immature dumbasses who have no lives of their own. They don't want me to have a life of my own. They're of moments of finding peace and losing it later because these damn trolls won't leave me be. They're mostly immature dumbasses who have no lives of their own.
Foreshadowing, yeah, with the prostitute.
They don't want me to have a life of my own. They don't want me to find long-term peace and happiness for myself. They don't want me to find and hold true love for myself because they are so self-absorbed in themselves that they only want me to give them more stories and art more often. They are nothing but greedy, impatient, unloved, and corrupted fools. Heartbreaks and heartaches. It really hurts.
You are so cringe, brother.
Please, please, please do not leave me as my companion. You are the sun.
Chris is like those dudes who call any girl over 90 pounds obese while also having pot-bellied if they were dialed up to 11. Real as fuck. I mean, didn't Chris have like a weight limit on his like Love Quest paper page thing? I think he had a weight limit. I might be wrong, but I think he did have a weight limit for women when he was doing that. He did? Yeah, that's literally him. You got him right on the dot, Oblivion.
Sunlight that lifts me up more than I have been lifted from
under
in the past.
120 pounds.
I would feel
That's
like hardly
crazy.
a shell of my better self. I would be left in the darkness state of loneliness and despair. Even worse, I'd probably hire a prostitute out of desperation. That is a fate I do not want to ever feel. Please do not leave me. As a friend, and from my heart, I love you.
He said it.
The
Prostitute.
wallflower did not respond in kind. I don't love you, and I hate you for this.
Hold up, I want to read the other stuff. Look, I never agreed we were together in a relationship in the first place. I told you I wasn't into having boyfriend. My writing is more important to me right now. I am no one's sweetheart. And besides, how the hell did they find out all of my users' names that actually linked back to me? I don't remember putting my whole name on those websites. And another thing, ask me if you can put my pen name onto your website. My pen name onto your website. I don't want anyone stealing it. You know how I feel about my girl. I don't know. I don't love you, and I hate you for this. Everything was fine until I met you. I don't know why I took up my mom's offer to go to the social club. I had enough friends here at home and on the internet. Shit, dude. If I were Chris, I would be bawling my eyes out right now. I would feel like the world collapsing on me. This is... Wow.
Everything was fine until I met you. I don't know why I took up my mom's offer to go to the social club. I had enough friends here at home and on the internet. Furious at the loss of yet another potential sweetheart.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, yes, the thing every woman wants to hear. If I lose you, I'll have to hire a prostitute. W Riz, I guess.
Christian addressed the trolls in a YouTube video made later that day.
This message is for every last goddamn troll
Bro is
that
Shaggy.
has been pestering
Or
me
no, bro is the Joker.
for the past number of years, even the recent ones. I have been in a number of moments finding peace
The face of a
losing it
defeated
later.
man.
because you won't let me be. You are a bunch of damn immature dumbasses who have no lives of your own.
It's unfortunate because he blames you know, the trolls, like the quickie, they do have a bit of blame. Like, they do get a lot of blame because they are the people that searched all of this information out. But Chris is the one that presented that information. So, you know, when you find the blame, everyone is at fault, right? Chris presented the information and the trolls investigated. The trolls took that information and looked deeper, went into Facebook and found this woman's information, posted it on their quickie. But all that linked back to Chris for posting it and like allowing trolls to like access it. So it's hilarious how he blames them solely, but won't blame himself. And that takes us back to literally the the theme of the Christian story, which is just ego and not being able to take any sort of blame whatsoever. That's literally it. One is something you do when you're super desperate. The other is something we are all at one point or another. Damn, Chris looks really creepy here. I'm telling you, bro is actually the Joker. If he knows who they are, why even mention it? Real as fuck. Here comes the sad puppy eyes video. Brace yourself. I'm so ready. Here we go.
You don't want me to have a little life of my own.
You could.
You don't want me to find long-lasting peace and happiness for myself.
You could. The internet just does not have to be a part of it.
And hold true love for myself, because you are so self-absorbed in yourselves. You only want me to give you more god dang stories and art than I could give, because of my inspiration comes in and out. It mostly comes in when I'm happy and at peace. You are nothing but goddamn greedy, impatient, unloved, and corrupted fools.
Is Chris actually like reading verbatim his fucking email that he sent to the wallflower? This bro is literally reading verbatim what he sent in his email. Like these are actual quotes. Let's continue, I guess.
Heartbreaks and heartaches.
Wow.
They really hurt.
Wow.
I've let you all done so much of whatever you want emotionally to me. But it's goddamn another story when you try to hurt my friends and get them involved like you've been doing.
In the early hours of the following morning, Chris wrote a lengthy blog entry on the Wikipedia, rehashing the talking points of his earlier video and demanding that his friends and family be left alone. As an addendum, he reflected that he never truly saw Sonichu as a way of making money, and that the recent pushes for him to commercialize and advertise Sonichu in the hopes of turning a profit have made him feel like it was a job, putting him under a lot of pressure. He further demanded that the webmaster of the Quickie remove all mentions of any prospective sweethearts and gal pals from the website, giving them a deadline of midnight, March 12, 2010.
What would he do?
Later again, he uploaded another video in which he demonstrates theoretically what he would do if he were to meet Clyde Cash in person, convinced that he was the one responsible for ending his relationship with the wallflower.
You are terrible. You are terrible. So he blames Clyde Cash for ending his relationship with the wallflower. That's just great. That is so... Chris is so... It just baffles me, you know? And it's like, I shouldn't be surprised at this point. You get me? But I still find myself just like fathomed by the fact that this man cannot take any sort of blame. Like, he cannot see that all of this happened because he posted this woman, or he posted any sort of information about this woman. But no, it is Clyde Cash's fault. This is just, it's so sad, but also hilarious at the same time.
You think I'm not tough?
Oh boy.
This is what happens when I'm intercepted. This is what will happen when I'm intercepted by a troll.
Hi, hello, Christian.
Hello?
What's the matter? You don't know me?
No.
Your mental illness is showing.
It's me, Clyde Cash.
Oh. What the hell do you want, you son of a bitch?
Oh, I just came by to tell you how much of a son of a bitch, lazy, yes, bigoted, treacherous rat you are. Oh, and how about that time I raped your sweet Australian panda bear? You son of a bitch! Come on, get up.
Top 10 anime battles. This is the choreography is insane. Just add like some battle music to this. This will actually be very intense and epic.
Son of a bitch.
This is just sad to just watch. You get me?
This is for Sarah Cassandra Mackenzie, you bastard.
That's just sad. He emerges.
Watch your back, troll.
This latest threat convinced the original
What a threat. What a threat. I am terrified. I will not be trolling Chris. I will not be trolling Chris anytime soon. That is so bad, bro. The mental illness is actually so like freaking apparent, and it's so sad to just watch.
troll behind the Clyde Cash persona to send Chris an email informing him that he lied about Sarah Cassandra Mackenzie's death and revealed that they were living together as a family with their baby daughter,
Oh
Penny.
wow.
Chris then stated that he was still in possession of the PlayStation Network account that he had made for Sarah and
Funny how he had the Joker's colors in that performance. That's what I was saying, bro. Is literally the Joker.
was keen on relinquishing it over to her. He asked if she would send him one final correspondence from her original
I
email
don't
address,
know who
confirming
actually
her
lost in
identity
the
and
end.
recounting all that has happened since he last spoke to her. If satisfied with her email, he would grant her the new password for her PSN account and forgive Clyde for all the bad things he had done to both Christian and Panda Halo, and would leave them be. At about that time, Surfshack Tito also sent Chris an email, apparently confessing that he was the one who had leaked the information about the wallflower to
did
the
he
trolls.
send?
He also attached a photo, which trolls found on her Facebook profile, of the wallflower
Oh.
together with a large man of Polynesian appearance, meant to represent Tito, implying that he was her boyfriend. Christian then contacted the
That is
wallflower again,
terrible.
hoping she was feeling better. He warned her about Tito, pleading not to trust him if she ever came in contact with him online or in real life. She asked him to cease all communications with her, and as a way to convince Christian to stop trying to contact her, she told him that she was already with a new boyfriend.
Oh!
Christian begged
Oh! Oh! Wow! So just shortly after her saying, I'm not into boyfriends, I'm just focused on writing, now she has a boyfriend. Women, boys. It's just, that's the ladies, guys. That's just women. Am I right, boys? Am I right, fellas? That's terrible, dude. Chris gotta be feeling it. Chris gotta be going through it right now. Don't you?
begged her not to leave him, and in order to honor her and her interests in Celtic music, Christian shared with her a YouTube video in which he wears a kilt while threatening Surfshack
no.
Tito. Even though he is
Oh,
angry at
no.
Tito for spreading around the wallflower's
I think
true
she lied.
identity,
Oh, okay.
he calls
Then
her
never
by
mind.
name twice in the video.
I retract my statement.
Listen to me, you son of a bitch. Your days are numbered. I have forwarded your admission to and also the
That's pretty insane. You know, I are these original videos like findable, like with the with Chris mentioning this person's name, or is this just Geno being like an absolute saint and actually going out of his way to like redacting and censoring the woman's name? Is this just like Geno censoring their name, or are they actually redacted on like the quickie and like on the videos, like on like reposts? Because if they are redacted on the quickie, that's actually pretty badass on like the side of the trolls. The quickie censored her name, so Geno did as well. That's actually really cool. Like that's I'd say that's a. She specifically asked for her name to be redacted. Yes, Geno is doing the so is it censored on the quickie as well, or is it Geno doing the censors? I'm getting conflicting information, guys. Because if it's the quickie that did the censored, that's pretty cool. And if it's Geno doing the censors, that's pretty cool as well. But I think it's cooler if the quickie did the censors as well, or if the quickie redacted her name or tried to. Whatever it is, I respect. I respect that pretty well. Both of them did. That's very respectable. I respect that. that's a lonely W for the quickie.
Power that we know between us are scarlet. And with great honor and glory, I will take pleasure in beating up your ass. And also regain the love and trust and friendship of either way. You are
Give me 2
going
seconds.
down,
Give me 2 seconds.
Tito.
I'm gonna be right back.
One
I'm gonna be right
way.
back.
Two ways.
I'm back.
Points and friendship of your ass. And also regain the love. And with
Wait,
great
what is it?
pleasure
Hold up.
and mission,
I need to.
Your days are
I've been so
numbered.
out of touch. I
Calls her by name.
haven't been paying attention to this, man.
To and also the gal power that we know between us are scarlet. And with great honor and glory, I will take pleasure in beating up your ass.
So my man is in a kilt.
And also regain the love and trust and friendship of
The
either
mental
way,
illness is screaming.
You are going down, Tito. One way, two ways.
So Chris fully believes that Tito is the boyfriend? Is the guy that like is going out with the wallflower right now? The music makes this so much more bizarre. The Irish in me is cringing. Hey Hydra, you're Irish, that's pretty badass. Oh thank God he was wearing something underneath. I saw that. It was pretty Even though her name The quickie says, even though her name is public knowledge, any mentions will be removed. That's badass. I respect that.
Or three. Ah, you wee laddie. You're not gonna get the lassie today. I could go as a Michelele and my ring man.
I'm American, but I have
Later that
Irish
day,
relatives, though.
He made another
still
blog post
really cool.
noting
You have
that the
Irish
quickie
blood
page
and that you're
concerning
aware
his
of it.
recently lost sweetheart-to-be had been altered to protect her identity. Her personal contact information and details about her life outside of her interactions with Chris were removed, and all mentions of her name were changed to the Wallflower, inspired by an earlier quote from Christian regarding their relationship. This was done as a result of direct contact between the Wallflower and the sysop of the quickie, Cogsdev, who agreed to come to this arrangement. Christian believed that the changes were made because of the threatening nature of his blog posts and videos, so he also requested that all the men and women in his life who were also featured in the quickie be given the same treatment, giving the webmaster until the end of the month to enact the necessary changes.
I
He
assume
notably
that didn't
requested
happen.
that Vivian G's designation as a troll be changed to that of Galpal. He then made another video, pleading for the Wallflower to stay with him, referring to her by her pen name, which was what led trolls into finding out her real name.
This message goes out to Damien Antaria, her pen name, not revealing her real name, all things considered.
He proceeded to reveal her real name.
You know something? You don't need that new boyfriend because I need you.
Oh wow, this is W
We're very
Riz.
compatible. We have
This
so
is
much in
this is
common.
W Riz. Oh
I don't see
boy.
why you had to go and do that. I mean, you weren't even ready for a boyfriend.
Oh boy. Oh
You told-
boy. This is W Riz. This is W. He's telling a woman what to do. Wow. This is
You told
wow.
yourself multiple times.
This is great,
After
Chris.
that for a little while. But you know what? This puts to mind a little something that I have put together before.
He sings a modified version of Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend for the Wallflower, using the music video he had previously made as a backing track.
He's an imposter. He's a poser. What the hells were you thinking with that damn pickle suit? Come on. Damien and Daria? Give me a break. I don't want to be back in this situation where I'm that desperate that I gotta go as far as to pay $100 for a damn hooker.
W Riz, telling a woman that if you don't come back with me, I'm gonna get a hooker. And that's hilarious to know too, that he's like, either you're gonna have sex with me or I'm gonna have sex with a prostitute. It's that simple. Because is a hooker really gonna give him an emotional connection? No. That's basically what he's insinuating. You're either I'm gonna keep talking to you, and you know what? We're gonna have sex, or I'm gonna get a hooker. That's the mental illness is screaming right now, dude.
I'm a 28-year-old high-functioning autistic virgin. I'm in hell on my own.
I'm sure every woman would love to hear this.
Come on, please.
Please.
Please. I've been so very worried about you. I've had heartaches since last Wednesday. I've had sleepless nights.
Sleepless Nights by Guy Zero. He's a great artist. You should check him out on Spotify. This is actually an ad. Look up Guy Zero Sleepless Nights. It is a great song.
It really hurts.
On Spotify and YouTube.
Hurts. Think about that.
March 17th marked 10 years since the creation of Sonichu. Christian commemorated the date with a special video.
Hey ho everyone, it's Sonichu Day, and I'm wishing y'all a happy one.
Sonichu Day.
You know,
real life day.
10th anniversary of Sonichu since its creation. 10 years ago today.
Oh boy.
I would have made a big update like I said, but I've been preoccupied with
not sponsored ad break.
Emotional traumas I've been dealing with past week. I'd like to keep that separate from this video at this moment.
Real. He proceeds
to
combine them.
But I'm still working on the pages, and as soon as possible, I'll have them uploaded, and I'll make an update on the Wikipedia.
It's wild how Sonichu is over 20 now. Sonichu has been around longer than I've been alive. The combination of Sonic and Pikachu has been around for longer than I've been alive. That's pretty wild to think. And it's wild how Chris is over 40 now. Chris, I think, is as old, not as old, I think he's a little younger than my mom. Which is crazy to think about. Like, actually crazy. Like... And he thinks the exact same way. Well, not the exact same way, but he has like similar beliefs. And he is very susceptible. It's Chris's story is more tragic and sad. Like, I think it was a little funny in the beginning, and it still has like a little parts of funny where it's like just insane that you can't help but to like nervously laugh. But at this point, and I think it's going to be like this way up until like present day, it's just sad. And like tragic. Like it's just sad at this point. Chris graduating high school before I was even born is also crazy to think about. When did he graduate? So he's like what, 29 at this point? So he graduated before I was born as well. Like high school. That's just wow.
I mean, yeah, give me respect. I am an artist.
Chris is an artist. You're right.
Inspiration does not stay constant like that. Plus, I have
28 and 2010.
Emotional issues.
So, I guess he graduated 2000.
Everybody, yeah.
I fell asleep. You're fine, Desiree. As long as welcome to the stream, dude.
It's all good there. So, thank you for your support, and you can look forward to more comic pages in the future.
What a heartfelt update.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Also
Chris.
on that day, Panda Halo contacted Chris via email. After Clyde came over and raped me, it turns out that I had a sex addiction. For the next few weeks, he satisfied my lusty cravings, but then I remembered you. Clyde placed a bet with me that you would forget about me in a day. Then he set up this 13-year-old boy, and you know what happened after that. This is why I despise you. You fell for another woman instantly. You did not give a shit about me. This is why that girl you are complaining about hates you, because it is obvious you do not care about her. All you care about is your stupid PS3 and your shitty PSN account. Also, I do not care about the Little Big Planet account. Keep it. She attached this photo, allegedly depicting herself and Clyde Cash with their child, Penny. Christian replied with understanding and kindness, revealing how much he had cared and grieved for her.
So Clyde Cash has gone from being that red-faced, like rave dude to just this average-looking white man. That's great. No, that's just great.
Nevertheless, he gave away the password to the PSN account in the hopes that Sarah would hand it over to Penny when she got older. Also during this time, the Wallflower continued to send Chris angry emails, complaining about how he kept calling her place of work and her family home, trying to talk to her, but Chris confessed that he never once called her, believing that those calls were coming from the trolls. In a way to stop him from bothering her anymore, she claimed that her boyfriend was in fact Surfshack Tito, playing into his fantasies. Despite making her feelings perfectly clear, Christian invited her to an upcoming party. Meanwhile, angry at the thought of Tito stealing the Wallflower away from him, Chris sent him a spurt of brief, angry emails. Watch your back. I will find you! I have connections, and after the meet and greet, I will kick your sorry ass and punch your bulbous gut so far up, it shoots out your head right through your skull. I will find you! Sit, spin, and shut the fuck up, and I will call you that right in your face. Dude.
I know Gino probably didn't say the N-word and just said it, like, just censored himself. But it's just funny to think of Gino just dropping the hard R and just censoring it. Hey, Hydra, thank you so much for showing up to the stream. Good night, man. Have a safe rest of your night, bro. Good night, dude. Thank you so much for showing up to the stream. I appreciate it a ton. Thank you, Hydra. Chris's intricate vocabulary, man. God damn. Hey, y'all are awesome. Thank you guys so much for for saying good night to Hydra as well. Y'all are the best. But I just find it hilarious. Just
and I will call you that right in your face. Dude, you are not her boyfriend. Back the fuck off. You goddamn trolling stupid. He also attached a photograph of himself crossly displaying his middle finger.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to use that for a thumbnail soon. What a well-mannered young man. Welcome to the stream, sir, really.
He relayed the same message in video form that same day.
Tito,
oh boy, I wonder, will he say the hard R?
You son of a bitch. You have no right taking her from me like that, you womanizing rapist. And if you go near her again, and I will find you. I will find you. I will cut you up. I'll beat you up. I'll knock you on your backside. Stand on.
This is the same man that is against death and thinks death is really bad.
Your gut like a log roller and roll your fat right through your skull. Throwing it wide open. Cause that's what you deserve, you goddamn womanizing, raping, trolling, stupid, pickle-suited nigger. And don't you dare contact me in my email again, or contact me ever. You stay away from me in contact. Don't call me. I will find you.
Apparently, this last...
Chris, I shouldn't be bother asking, but what is wrong with you? It's okay. I think there are a lot of people asking him that.
Video angered Jack Thaddeus greatly, who then promptly dropped all funding for the Wikipedia, which was then handed over to Mao and the Asperpedia 4, giving them full control of the website. Evan Christopher George took it upon himself to answer questions from yet unaddressed mailbags on Chris's behalf, parodying his typical responses. The new administrators also proceeded to vandalize the site, altering much of Chris's text in order to insinuate that he was a perverted homosexual and a man of low intellect, among other things. They also updated the blog, posing as Christian. I, Christian Weston Ricardo Chandler, am currently looking for a sweet joy boy to make into my sweetheart. If you are male, gay...
Joy boy is pretty funny. Joy boy is funny.
And interested to be the one person to steal my virginity, please contact me. I need you. Very horny. I, Christopher Christian Weston Ricardo Ian Brandon Anderson Chandler, am gay. Don't doubt me. Soon after, they opened up the Wikipedia to the public, allowing the trolls to freely edit the content of the site, defacing it beyond recognition. Also, numerous defamatory pictures were posted onto the site, including a photoshopped image of Christian possessing facial characteristics reminiscent of someone of African descent. On March 20th, Mao locked the site, restricting any further alterations from taking place. On that same day, Christian emailed the Wallflower, letting her know that the date of the party had been changed. She told him that she would not attend the party, and also expressed her disgust at a letter and a present he had sent her. She left.
Hold up, I want to read this. I like reading the wallflower things. LMAO, sorry, I won't be able to make it. Besides, I wouldn't go if you were going to be there, and I'm not going to the thing next week because I don't want to deal with you. By the way, that letter, don't do that again, ever. I wasn't even impressed with your little gift. I threw it away. Not only that, I was pissed when you said that we had been going out for a month and a half. First of all, I never agreed anything of the sort. Second, I would never date you. You are not my type. Also, if you want me to stay safe, then you would leave me alone from phone, email, and mail. I don't want to hear from you ever again. Do you hear me? And who cares if you're an effing acoustic virgin? I'd rather have my best friend's boyfriend take me first because I trust him than you. Besides, I am asexual, so there's no hope for you, at least for me. Not only that, not even a cheap whore would want your small dick inside of her. Neither would I. That is so unfortunate, and that is so true. I'm pretty sure he has seen his penis. On the quickie. Joy Boy is actually hilarious, real as hell. I find that so funny. Hates death, depicts the trolls getting tortured and executed via firing squad in his comics that he has said are family friendly. Real. He is such just the walking contradiction. Bro was doing all of this while I was watching Big Time Rush on Nickelodeon. Hey, based as hell, I think I was too.
Left one final
I was
remark
watching
for
Fanboy
Chris.
And Chum Chum.
I don't want to hear from you ever again.
Oh, well, he's gonna read it.
Do you hear me?
All right, whatever.
And who cares if you're a fucking acoustic virgin? I'd rather have my best friend's boyfriend take me first because I trust him than you. Besides, I'm asexual, so there's no hope for you, at least from me. Not only that, not even a cheap whore would want your small dick inside her. Neither would I. After this bitter exchange, Chris visited the Wikipedia and found it in chaotic disarray. After desperately trying to change it back to its former state, he found it futile and posted a YouTube video reflecting on his very tumultuous few days.
March 21st, 2010. I have noticed that my absence has brought on a bit of chaos on the Wikipedia, and it has gone on behind my back. I have been depressed lately because of my girlfriend having left me.
It's ridiculous! Actual mental illness, dude. I'm sorry, I burped in the middle of like my thing or like my voice. All right, hold up, I'm gonna repeat this. Actual mental illness. Actual mental illness, bro. Because he still keeps calling her his girlfriend despite them having never been a thing. And her like desperately, like in the nicest way possible, asking Chris to stop like referring to her as a sweetheart. He's like, he'll double down. He'll call her his girlfriend. It's like, so wow.
What this one guy did.
Megan 2.0 real, Brian.
He created that page, I know that. He tried to intrude my life. Once I find him, he will be tortured bad. But
this is the same man that hates death.
From that
thinks death is bad.
I have let the trolls torture me because of my real life stories having been leaked on the internet. But now the chaos is going to be done.
Oh no.
I have already won.
He still thinks he's on the top.
I am famous worldwide.
Oh right.
And I own the main copyrights to everything about it. About Sunsets Over Monroeville and the city of Quickville and everything therein. And I am going to take it a step further after this. At first, I am removing myself from the internet.
This is huge, guys.
Because I've put too much of my personal life online. to be
Chris is
ridiculed
realizing
so
it,
much.
guys. He's becoming
Let's see
sentient.
how you trolls plan to deal with me when I am not there to be dealt with.
How long do you guys think this is going to last? I give it a week.
Even though I ignore your phone calls, that's one thing.
Famous worldwide.
And y'all do your treachery behind my back, your treachery and your mockery. But that chaos ends now.
I give it a week.
Because I am going to enjoy real life. I do not need the internet.
Oath just... It took 38 hours for him to return. So not even like... Or what? Not even 2 complete days. That is hilarious. If you're right, Oath, that is hilarious.
Nobody needs the internet. They just need to enjoy real life. Go out and socialize.
You're
Talk
so
to
right, Chris.
people.
You're so right.
Emails are so yesterday. Going out and finding people to talk to and talking to them face to face is always in. So you can forget the damn Facebook and the MySpace and those other social sites, because the only true social site is all around you at your shopping mall.
Why doesn't he take his own advice? I've been saying this, dude. He says, like, literally, he's aware of what the right decision is, but refuses to take it. Like, he's very aware, I say. Like, he's high-functioning autistic. He's aware. Like, he has mental illness. He is autistic. I mean, diagnosed, I guess, I'd assume. But he is aware of what is wrong and what the right decision should be. Like, he's aware that all trolls want is more information of him. He's aware that trolls are very malicious in wanting to decipher information from him, trying to get information from him. But he just ignores it, I guess, because he thinks he is worldwide famous internet, niche internet celebrity. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm from Russia and I'm not the only one who knows about him here. That's insane. That's insane to think about that. Bro takes L's every time. Real as fuck. Mental gymnastic game on point.
At the salons, at schools, at colleges, everywhere, even at churches, at bookstores, the game stores, the game stops, everywhere all around you is a social site. And you don't need a computer to access it. All you have to do is just go outside and see for yourself.
Chris literally telling people to go outside and
hello.
touch grass.
The internet is one thing to go talk into another country, but you don't need to be talking to others in the country. Would you go talk to everybody else around you locally? Because those are the most important people to you, the ones that are closest to you.
I wish I could go back to 2018 when I only knew the Christian name and just thought he was some type of weeb trying to sound Japanese. Real. I mean, I'm trying to think of when I found out about Christian or like learned like that he was infamous, because I feel like I've known the name for a while but never really researched it or knew anything about it until like 2020 when Super Mega like these YouTubers that I really like mentioned him and talked about him. Mark, did you see any Christian stuff on the internet back on the day? Really, no. Like, I didn't know. I think, and this is very, like, I could be so wrong, but I think I just remember the name Christian. Because I think the name Christian is like, it just kind of rolls out the tongue. And like, it's an infamous, like, I guess, term. And I think that's all I knew, period. I never researched it. And then I learned that he's like infamous about it from Super Mega that mentioned him on their podcast and mentioned the GENOSAMUE'S documentary. And now this is my first time actually going through it and learning more and more about it and just taking the deep dive into it. I saw the Down the Rabbit Hole video thumbnail, but only watched it in 2020. Yeah. Like, just now I'm learning about all this crap, and you guys are joining me, and you guys are like the ones that know like a lot more than about this than I do. The only thing I knew of him was seeing drawings of Sonic 2 around 2012. That is so long ago, dude. That is crazy.
So I leave y'all with those words. And it is not goodbye, but more like see you later. For me. For me and my Sanchi Rose Chill and everybody. Hours. Because we will be back. And we don't need the online websites to be famous anymore. Because we have established world fame.
Oh boy.
We have established my ownership of everything therein. We have established the mental education of having to deal with the good and the bad and the worst.
So he thinks his internet what's the word? Infame, I guess. His internet fame will follow him into the world. Into like the real world where he doesn't need the validation from the internet. He will find that the same sort of validation from just going outside and talking to real people is what he's assuming, I think. Keep this off the record, but I transcribed the phone call of Chris admitting to you-know-what-ing Barb. Are you serious? Like, what, for like the quickie or what? That's actually pretty crazy, though. That's actually pretty epic. I respect it. I respect it, though.
Damn trolls. Your bullying is not appreciated, even locally. So you could just take your bullying and bully yourselves.
What a comeback.
If you're bored, go work around the house. Go take a walk. Because you don't need the internet. You don't need to stay cooped up inside. You just need to go outside and enjoy life and the sun and the days you have to live. I'm Christian Weston Chandler of Ruckersville, Virginia. First name Christopher, Spanish nickname Ricardo. Original creator of the Electric Hedgehog Pokemon, Sanchi and Roschu, and the city of Quickville, Virginia.
I want to know where he's even getting the validation. Where are people telling him they're fans of him? I think it's just the attention that he gets off to, really. Like, even if it's from trolls, I mean, it's from also the mailbag, when there were people that would genuinely talk to him. Hi, I'm back. He just believes that he's famous in some way, I guess, and it's pathetic. Like he believes like if there are trolls, then I guess there are fans as well. Like he just likes the attention, and that's the validation, I guess, that he gets from it. So I guess he's some sort of masochist, I believe.
Y'all, stay safe and good day.
As it has been shown that he hardly ever learned from his mistakes, it should come as no surprise that Chris would eventually return to YouTube to broadcast his daily life, to express his love for his sweetheart, to threaten the trolls, to refuel the fire.
To refuel the fire. Look, it's the Joker, bro. My goodness. 26. I think we'll watch one more and then we'll call it a stream. Not necessarily for the quickie, just for anyone who didn't want to listen to the full call when it dropped. I felt very, very gross afterwards and needed a drink. That's crazy. No, yeah. No, God bless you, bro. Like, actually, like, that's very commendable. I respect that. He assumes haters equals plus fans. Attention equals good fame. He believes in, like, any sort of attention or any sort of press is good press. Chris is the Rizzler, real. I love how Chris's response to being genuinely proven wrong is just, yeah, but anyways. The wallflower playing into Chris's delusions and claiming her no boyfriend was Tito was by far the smartest way she could have dealt with him. Real. He literally didn't care for Wallflower as a person. He only saw her as a chance of getting rid of his virginity. Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I mentioned. Because he used that as a crutch. Like, he used it as like an argument point, as like a talking point. Him saying, either it'll be with you or I'll just have to resort to getting a prostitute. Like if that's an argument, like if that's an actual point to make, which is it's so weird. Oh, damn, I still have the .txt text file. I thought I got rid of it. Bro, share it. That's crazy. I can't help but laugh when Geno Samuel reads out just the capitalized words of emails with outrageous emotion as contrasted by his typical chill tone. Real. The way he constantly refers to the Wallflower as his girlfriend, despite the fact she said no repeatedly, is genuinely terrifying. Exactly. Christian refused to say gay. Also Christian, hard R. Real. Did I miss something when Chris says the N-word? I mean, he said it like a couple of times, man. It was kind of ridiculous. Next episode is the Jackie saga. Well, it's just a 37-minute video. We can jump into it and we'll see what happens. Oh boy, I see Chris doing blackface over here. That's always fun. Alrighty, we'll do one episode. We'll do this last episode, and we'll call it a stream, if that's all right with y'all.
What made him this way?
Part 27, dude. What a documentary. So much information.
On March 22nd, 2010, Christian uploaded a video onto YouTube concerning his dissatisfaction with a recent voice actor change in the cartoon series The Cleveland Show. This was posted around 36 hours after his proclamation to leave the internet.
Anyway, it's just been a bad day for me, still suffering with lingering heartaches from what happened recently. And also, another thought, I just feel like sharing. On the Cleveland Show, I liked Nia Long a lot better as the voice of Roberta Tubbs. I don't give a damn about this Reagan Gomez, what's her name. Her voice is just too high pitched and just does not fit the character as best as Nia Long did. Seth and Mike Henry would Seth MacFarlane and Mike Henry would do themselves a big favor by putting Nia Long back as the voice of Roberta. Anyway, it's just food for thought for today, so leave y'all with that.
Just a genuine review of the Cleveland Show. We respect that, Chris. It's so odd, dude.
25th, Chris wrote a complaint directed at Sony, displeased with the recent optional downloadable Sonic the Hedgehog costume pack for customizing the appearance of Little Big Planet characters. He voiced his annoyance at not being able to make his own Sonichu and Rosechu costumes with the options with which he was provided. By this time, the sysop of the Wikipedia had regained control of the website, which was still in a state of disarray in the wake of the Asperpedia 4's spree of vandalism. Chris regained access to the site as well, and posted some comments condemning advertisements for a so-called Mao-approved Sonichu Issue 0, and began to occasionally go back to the site to revert some vandalized pages. On March 28th, frustrated with his virginity, Christian made a video denouncing the concept of abstinence.
Just a thought that I'd like to share with everybody.
I didn't think he would have to.
If you're just learning about it, abstinence is nothing but crap. It is a whole fucking bunch of baloney. In fact, if I had the opportunity, if I was in an assembly, I would stand right up in my chair and I would say, fuck abstinence!
Does this guy still go to church every Sunday at this point? Or did he stop? Dude, the mental health of this man is like so downhill at this point. It's actually in the negatives right now.
Shout right to the choir.
I imagine his church would love to do this.
If you got abstinence, then what you get? End up being an adult virgin, or even worse, a senior citizen virgin, and that is like a hell to most anybody. That's
crazy. Being a virgin is the worst possible thing that could ever happen to a human, according to Chris. It is a hell, according to Chris.
And you can tell him that I, Christian Weston Chandler, provoke you to say, fuck abstinence! Updates are to come on the Wikipedia soon. And do not buy any of the quote-unquote books anywhere on the internet, because I have not approved of any such books. And I'm not getting and I'm not seeing a penny out of that.
That's the most
So
important
if there's
detail.
anything that I'm not seeing a penny out of,
Yep, that's the most
books
important
or
detail.
DVDs, yeah, do not buy. Otherwise, with dolls, toys, backpacks, that sort of small thing, yeah, that's fine. That's okay. I'll prove that. Anyway, everybody else, have a good day.
Peace,
As the month
Chris.
of March concluded, the webmaster of the Quickie still had not removed any information regarding the people in Christian's real life, as had been requested.
Oh boy,
On
what is
April
he going
1st
to
and
do?
2nd, Chris retaliated by vandalizing some sections of the website, writing comments delegitimizing the site, and correcting any misconceptions that visitors of the site may have of him. His changes were quickly reverted after being archived. Around April 4th, Chris made a new account on the online dating website OkCupid under the username
This is
Chris
great.
C. 𝙳ዐΣεν⁰યુ. The earliest known version of his profile was very similar to his previous efforts at dating sites, though notably, he changed the minimum age for a sweetheart from 18 to 21.
Yep.
He wrote his self-summary both
Hey,
in English
respectable,
and in
though.
Spanish to the best of his abilities. Perhaps in an effort to appear more mature, he omitted any mention of his virginity and presented himself wearing a cap,
Wow.
sleeveless shirt, and denim vest, a
Wow.
drastically different outfit from his usual striped, colorful attire. He also listed a personals ad on the Hook Cafe under the nickname Direct to Sex.
That's
On
great.
this profile, Chris seemingly gave up on his dream to find true love, instead seeking a purely physical encounter. I am an honest, compassionate gentleman with a good sense of humor. I am looking for good times with a woman. I'm not getting any younger. I would like a 21 to 28-year-old woman with
Hey,
a pretty face,
I mean, at least
a sexy
his
slim to
intentions
average
are now,
body, and an honest and
are now
compassionate
available.
personality. Show me your honest and sweet interest
at
and love,
least he's being honest with his intentions. I respect it. You gotta respect that.
and I'll show you a good
With
time.
the username
Hit me up with an
direct2sex.
email with your photo and digits, and I will respond quickly in suit. Smokers, overweights, blacks, and liars need not apply. His new dating profiles were quickly found.
That is terrible. That is just terrible. Smokers, overweights, blacks, and liars. The only thing that is respectable there are liars, I'd say.
Blacks and liars need not apply.
And it's hilarious how
His
it's
new
like
dating
his
profiles
you
were quickly
apply
found by trolls.
to
And on
have
April 5th,
sex with this
Chris
guy?
was contacted by Hook Cafe user Jackie Romy, whose profile strongly coincided with Christian's preferences for a partner. This was yet another persona created by the private villa of corrupted
Love to
citizens.
Jax, that's great.
Jackie sent him an email asking about video games and also commented that he was cute. Chris excitedly responded, listing all his favorite video games to play, and suggested that they should meet up in person as soon
he's
as
falling
possible
back,
for a
yep.
chance for Jackie to play with him in addition to his
Oh,
games.
wow.
A day later, taking into account Jackie's sexual career, he asked her if she had been recently checked for sexually transmitted diseases. She answered, revealing that she had been with only 6 men and was free of STDs. When
Only
asked,
6 men.
Christian confessed
Great.
that he was a virgin and also happened to be STD-free. Despite his inexperience, he claimed that he was confident in his abilities after watching a considerable amount of porn. In his next exchange,
I mean, if you saw him with the blow up doll, I mean, he was going at it, and I think he did a pretty good job. I think he was doing pretty all right. So I mean, anybody that would have seen that, I mean, they'd think it's pretty. I mean, I'd say, I mean, despite having no experience, I'd say he's pretty experienced.
he detailed in great length his schooling history, internet fame,
I am
disclosed the
tired, man.
Wikipedia
It
to
is
her,
1:30 in
and
the
explained his woes concerning Michael Snyder, manager of the game place, stating that he was banned from the establishment largely because
Oh, so Jackie is Alec. Oh, wow. I did not know this. So Alec went from being the nice dude, well, not nice dude, but I guess the mature and adult conversation having guy, to just woman, to just being silly little troll. Silly, like, he was up here at the level of trolls and just brought himself all the way down to like rotten, disgusting, near blue spike level. Not at Blue Spike level. Blue Spike is like down here and like you're still here, but you're still like a terrible person. Like I think that is the grossest way of trolling him, by pretending to be a woman. Like that's just gross.
Snyder did not allow Christian to connect his Nintendo Wii to the free-to-use TV set. He mentioned that he was feeling confident and would soon go to the game and hobby store to try and settle the matter with the manager once and for all. On April 9th, Christian's listing on the Hook Cafe was removed by moderators, possibly as a result of the many troll accounts that were created in order to message him.
Man, I'll do it.
Jackie encouraged Christian to take a camera with him when he went to confront Snyder at the game place, claiming that it would offer security in case the manager lied about his account of the events, when in truth, Chris was told this because the PVCC knew this would result in an entertaining video for the trolls' amusement. On April 11th, he informed her that he went to the game and hobby store after church, breaking the law by trespassing.
Yeah, so he's still
but after an
going to
employee
church.
informed Chris that Snyder wasn't present and threatened to call the police, Christian left the premises. He promised to return the following day, knowing that the manager would be there. He also made plans with Jackie for a date, revealing that he hoped their encounter would swiftly lead to something special. On April 12th, Christian returned to the game place, recording the audio of the event with a concealed camera on his person.
4:34 p.m. Monday, April 12th,
Captain's log, that's awesome.
I am about to go into the game, comic, and hobby place, also sell toys there, to try to get myself unbanned and get forgiveness for the mistake I had made almost a year ago when I was banned from the store in June of 2008. The dude who banned me his name is Michael Snyder.
It's been 2 years since that happened, and he is still so desperate to get back in. He recorded it himself. The only person who I'd argue is completely on par to Blue Spike is the troll who leaked the audio of Chris admitting what he did to his mom. Yeah, I need to learn more about her. I think her name is Jessica. I need to learn more about her. I think she is terrible. Everyone has said that she is actually like hugely deplorable. That I think she wanted to convince Chris to kill himself eventually. Oh no, Isabella. All right, my bad. Isabella. She wanted to eventually convince Chris to kill himself, which is terrible. I think is what I read. And that the only reason why she was ever revealed, like she was really good at hiding her identity, and I think the only reason she was ever revealed is because by accident. And like she praised herself for like always being. Everyone jumped in to correct Mark. I'm so sorry, guys. I think she is even worse than Blue Spike. I still need to know more about her. I just know like very basic information from like reading the quickie. But eventually, when Gino gets to her arc, I hope to learn more, man.
Possibly a Jew considering the last name. Nothing bad against the Jews, but
oh boy, that's great.
Alright, so here I go.
Nothing bad against the Jews, but
Hello, I'm here to see Michael.
Chris encounters Snyder, who is in the middle of fixing a remote control car while talking with someone. Chris waits until he finishes.
Hello, Michael. I see you're looking well. Haven't changed much since for the past almost 2 years.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it has been almost 2 years since what happened June 2008. But I came back hoping that we could put that behind us. And come on, I mean, it has been almost 2 years, and it's just been on my mind for so long. Just be able. Can't we just forgive or forget?
Bro is a simple man. I respect that.
Come on, to have this weight on my back.
I respect this. This is actually so
really
Sigma.
Coming here.
This is so Sigma.
I'm a better person.
You need to leave now.
Come on, dude.
No. You need to leave now.
How can you be so heartless? I mean, you're obviously not as mean as one of those trolls I've been dealing with.
You need to leave now.
This is so Sigma.
I mean, come on. I mean, obviously you had something against me, aside from the Wii incident. I just would like to know what. Come on. Give me a break. Alright, fine, I'll leave. But I hope that God will forgive you
for being so heartless and
You
cruel,
are not
Michael
helping
Snyder.
your case, brother. He probably will. Nah, hombre.
During the
Nah, hombre.
confrontation, Snyder called the police, but they arrived after Christian had departed. Later that day, Christian uploaded the video on YouTube, urging his followers in the video description to troll and harass Michael Snyder.
Wow, Chris.
Snyder himself left 2 comments on the aforementioned video, stating that the officers told him that he had no recourse for pressing charges against Chris's trespassing and inciting mass harassment. Instead of the slew of provocation encouraged by Chris, Snyder was greeted by a great number of calls of support and congratulations for his display of level-headed authority.
Respect, man.
Soon after, Vivian G
Based.
uploaded a YouTube video she made in the style of cartoon series South Park, utilizing the audio of Christian and Snyder's conversation to depict the scene visually. Christian later came upon this video and commented that he greatly enjoyed it. However, he stated that on his way out of the game place, he showed Snyder his middle finger and requested that Vivian change her video to reflect that. The following day, he posted a text image on the Wikipedia, which stated that Snyder was cruel and heartless, gave away his personal contact information, and encouraged
God
his
would
fans to
give Michael
contact
a
him in
special
order to
pass,
convince
for
him
real.
to forgive Christian. In the meantime, Jackie and Chris continued to email each other. She stated that she was angered by Christian's childish conduct at the game place and also expressed concern over his excessive free time, encouraging him to work
You still
harder
have
at getting
Sherry,
Sonichu
dude.
published
She's
or learning how
great.
to play the guitar. In addition, Jackie asked him to make a video showcasing his alleged sexual prowess, with Chris likening his performance style of
Yeah,
cunnilingus
Alec has
to the
fallen
act of
off the
licking an
deep
ice
end
cream
like
cone.
crazy.
On April 16th, Chris arrived at Charlottesville Fashion Square half an hour early for his and Jackie's date. She never showed up, and later told him in an email that according to her
Hi,
account of
Cherry
events,
from this
she
mess.
was the
I'm
one
so
waiting
sorry.
for Chris, who never
Cherry's
showed up.
on the ride with
They
us, man.
remained optimistic about meeting up again sometime in the future, though Jackie was growing doubtful about his willingness to seek employment and further pestered him about making a video demonstrating his oral sex capabilities for her. Chris declined making the video, citing the numerous times in his past when upon sending intimate videos and photos to online
W.
girlfriends,
Chris.
they would soon
W.
leak onto
Chris.
the internet. He
He's
instead asked her
learning.
to explore the quickie, prefacing that even though the narrative tone of the website was insulting and demeaning, there was truth to the content presented there.
That's a little interesting.
Jackie came back, reporting on
W
what she had
is, I guess.
discovered. She expressed grave concern over his treatment of past sweethearts, saying that he moved on from one to the other incredibly quickly, even when
Real.
some have apparently died, referring to Panda Halo. She also accused him of lying when he declared that he never cheated on Ivy, forgetting about his so-called affair with Vanessa Hudgens. She demanded evidence for his commitment to her. On April 19th, Chris finally conceded and made a video titled "For JR Eyes Only," which showed how he would pleasure Jackie and shared it privately, only with her.
Yeah, let me apologize for, that
He
thing.
never learns. He just
for
never
even
learns.
leading you to the quick key. I just wanted to let you know about what happened to me before. I just felt concerned about that. And then with that, reading what you...
I haven't even noticed the shirt. His shirt says Mountain Dew Me. Bro. I need the shirt. I need that shirt. God, man.
read on Ivy's page, yeah, I was wrong. I forgot one detail of that detail. Yeah, it was supposedly I was talking to this Vanessa Hudgens, who was like coming on to me really well online, and I held in with my self-restraint as best as
There
I could
is
for
no
a long
self-restraint,
time.
brother.
And then she just kind of talked me into it a little bit. Ignore that. Anyway,
Mountain Dew Me, bro.
yeah, I did make a video apologizing to Ivy for that. At least, I can man up and admit when I made such a mistake as that. And that was in the past. And I'm sorry, I did not mean to lie to you, I swear. I just forgot that one detail. Anyway, as for that, the quote-unquote Vanessa Hudgens, actually, was actually in reality this Spanish dude I know, Joshua Martinez. Yeah, he was pretending to be Vanessa that whole time, and it ticks me off, that guy. Nurse, that's another story for another day, though.
Oh yeah, you're gonna retell the story. That's great.
Anyway, with that put aside, I'm gonna show you some ways on how I can pleasure you.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not
Okay.
prepared. I am not ready.
I got a
Oh,
few
no.
ideas. Like,
Please
would
don't.
definitely give you some finger play. Lots of fingers. But yeah. I could be like... you lick your pretty little click there. Tickle your pussy. Oh, and here's the fun part. I can roll my tongue. I put it in there
Oh yeah.
and extend it while it's in there. Can you imagine that? I got other ideas as well, but I just can't think of them right now. But hopefully that's not good enough for starters and to make up for that. And yeah, I have been under confusion for a little while, but seriously, Ivy?
Wow! Wow!
I do love you and I care about you.
He calls her Ivy, dude. That is actually terrible. That is hilarious.
Also, another thing to make up for this, I'll review another thing about myself.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, please reveal more.
I actually do have a bit of a belly, but also with
You
that...
don't say!
Man boobs. I'm telling you this in strictest confidence that you will not laugh at me. But while I walk, they do bounce, so I have to,
Yeah,
I wear a sports bra.
This is great.
Works very good, keeps them from bouncing. I'm a 42 bust. Alright, well, hopefully we can move on and resume our relationship with emotions, or otherwise restart it. I love you, Jackie.
Wow.
Love you.
Yeah, this is so cringe. He referred to her as Ivy earlier in the video, and then ends it off with, "I love you, Jackie." That's just wow. That is just terrible. Look, he still has the Playboy poster, I think, from from a couple like parts back. That is just terrible. That is just bad. The bro would rather put on a sports bra than work out to lose the boob fat. That's great.
Talk to you later. Meet up soon.
Upon watching it, she angrily confronted Chris because he accidentally called her Ivy, trying to make him confess that he didn't truly love her. Chris told her that he regretted informing her about the quickie and his internet business, and suggested that they should go their separate ways, as the relationship was turning out to be less than ideal for him. Jackie wrote that she was above all most mad at him for his laziness, unwillingness to improve himself, and his disregard for the women in his life. Nevertheless, she decided that she was still open for the possibility of a relationship if he started behaving like a man. Christian decided that it would be best if they ended the discussion, coming to the conclusion that he never truly loved her. Jackie accused him of only being after sex, and even so, highlighted the fact that when she was hinting at getting physically involved, Chris ultimately put in more effort in playing video games rather than responding to her advances.
Damn.
He accused her of branding him asexual. You do not know me.
I mean, wasn't their relationship based solely off of like the physical altercation between each other? Didn't both of them just want sex? I mean, because they met through the website where his name was like, oh, what was his name? I forget. I already forgot the guy's username, but the guy's username was stupid and like just he just wanted sex, and the same thing with a woman, with Jackie, I guess. So I don't know why they are even having this argument. Like, it's so clear.
Hey, woman. I love women over video games. I cannot help my social problems from my autism, or that I am one who misinterprets social cues. Am sometimes unable to predict or understand the outcoming emotions or reactions to my actions. I can't help my own mental problems that sometimes
Chris
misguide
is
me.
not a Riz
Ugh.
master.
Send your complaints to your letters to the editor section. This was the end of Chris and Jackie's exchanges for the time being. Jackie soon uploaded
Mount
their email
and
correspondences and his oral demonstration video onto the Quickie. At the same time, a troll who went by the name Sydney Kirch began
Damn,
contacting
she's
Chris
so
via
bad.
email, allegedly mistaking him for another Chris she had met at the game place. After a few email exchanges, they shared pictures of each other and both expressed interest in meeting up sometime in the future. To describe himself to her, he copied and pasted his profile from OkCupid.
That's
Sydney
great.
likewise offered up her own biography to him. After failing to receive any email replies from Chris, she decided to call him.
Hey, is this Christian Weston Chandler?
Oh no, you sound like a guy.
It's Sydney.
I don't. Nope.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this Blue Spike?
I'm so happy.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
well,
this.
I mean,
I don't believe this.
Yeah, I have received.
I don't believe this.
Your email,
This is not real.
And upon my recollection, I don't.
This is a guy.
recall talking
This has to be a
you
guy.
through email before you first sent me the email recently, so I am uncertain about things. So forgive me for being skeptical.
Oh no, that's okay. Do you remember?
No.
I
No,
went to the game.
I don't.
I mistook you for someone else.
Yeah.
Look, anyway, hey, look, you sent me a picture. I really liked your picture. You were very, very handsome. Have you ever been told that?
Yeah, I have been told that, and thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Nope.
You're
Nope.
19.
Nope. That's not there. That's not there.
Yeah.
Come on, Mark. No spoilers.
yeah,
I
so
feel
you're
like there's
going
no
to,
way.
want to,
There's
hook up
just
with me
no
or
way. This
something?
gotta be. This
Yeah,
gotta
I would really
be.
like that.
And
Yes,
possibly
I
start
would.
a potential relationship.
I would. Wow, I tell you what, if you would date me, that would be really, really impressive. You're
Said
a very
no one
attractive man,
genuinely
and
and
I'm
ever.
really nothing special. So.
Around this time, dismayed by the lack of a sweetheart, Chris decided to advertise himself as a male escort under the alias Carlos Chantor. He tried to apply to Charlottesville's Naughty and Nice escort service, but was rejected.
Wow.
He then printed out and discreetly passed around cards advertising himself. How exactly he went about this is unclear. He also created a profile page on escort.com under the
That
Carlos
is
Chantor name.
hilarious.
Experience for her pleasure.
man.
Hey ladies, I am a cool dude to hang with, and I can make you feel good emotionally and show you a fun time. I enjoy a lot of things. I'll let you know when it's going too far. Give me a call to hook up. 434 area code
Bro is
only.
so freaking
Available as
desperate.
an accommodating male, master/slave,
Oh, wow.
model, masseuse,
Oh, wow.
stripper/dancer, escort. He failed to receive any messages, and his scheme ultimately failed. On April
Experience for
23rd,
her
Christian
pleasure.
uploaded an
This is
unusual
great.
video in which he confidently displays his sports bra in honor of Autism Awareness Month.
What is autism? Autism is a disorder of neural development characterized by impaired social interaction and communication, and by restricted and repetitive
Curse is
behavior.
foiled
These
again.
signs all begin before a child is 3 years old. Autism affects information processing in the brain by altering how nerve cells and their synapses connect and organize. How this concern is not well understood. And by the way, I got the information I printed out here from autismspeaks.org and the Wikipedia page for autism.
Christian reads out in length the Wikipedia entry for autism.
Although children with autism usually appear physically normal, odd repetitive motions may set them apart from other children. Some children and other individuals repeatedly flap their arms or walk on their toes. Some suddenly freeze in position.
And others constantly respond to trolls on the internet.
As children, individuals with autism might spend hours lining up their cars and trains in a certain way, rather than using them for pretend play. If someone moves one of the toys, the children may be tremendously upset. Many children with autism need and demand absolute consistency in their environment. A slight change in routine, such as meal times, dressing, take a bath, and going to school at a certain time or by the same route, can be extremely stressful, unless the child has made apparent that the change is okay and acceptable. Repetitive behavior sometimes takes the form of a persistent, intense preoccupation.
Why is Chris so obsessed with Wikipedia? It's literally the I'd imagine that is the only place where he gets all his information. Which, I mean, low-key pretty based, you know? Like, I mean, I don't really research any farther than that, other than, like, Chat GPT.
These strong interests may be unusual because of their content or because of the intensity of the interest.
Christian Hawkeye
Treatment for
cosplay. That's great.
autism is very intensive, comprehensive undertaking that involves the child's entire family and a team of professionals. Some programs may take place in the child's home with professionals and trained therapists and may include parental training for the child under supervision of a professional. Some programs are delivered in a specialized center, classrooms, or preschool. But as for me, though, I highly recommend mainstreaming. Let them go through normal life. I mean, yeah, give them a special treatment while they're young, but when you get them in elementary or middle school or high school, mainstream is the way to go. Make sure you find yourself a good social teacher to teach them how to cope.
That's very interesting hearing Chris say that, because he did not live that life.
And as you may have noticed, I am standing here today topless, as you might say. I do this in defense and in protest because every time I see a male individual who goes around, runs around, or exercises shirtless, it is very offensive to me, and I do not appreciate that. And I'm sure that it is offensive to a lot of other people as well. As a matter of fact, if I could, I would say that I would make a law that would require all male individuals to wear a sports bra while they are out exercising or working if they insist on being shirtless.
How is this offensive to him? Is it offensive because they are more fit than him? His parents fought tooth and nail for him not to get special education. I think he tried to link Asperger's to serial killers. Bro, what? He would make a law that would require all male individuals to wear a sports bra while they are out exercising or working if they insist on being shirtless. So basically he just feels he feels offended because people are have more confidence being shirtless when they work out because they do not have man boobs, or at least as terrible as Chris has. That's interesting. That's great.
Come on, dudes, get with the program. Nobody wants to see these nips, and things are better left to mystery. I leave you all with that, and you have yourselves a pleasant, safe
He says as his dick is all over the internet. That's great.
day.
In celebration of Autism Awareness Month, an advertisement stating that high-functioning autism and Asperger's syndrome were the same condition appeared on the Wikipedia. Christian promptly
Surely
replaced
Chris
it
would
with
love
his
this.
own version, clearly stating that Asperger's is completely unrelated to autism. Trolls then conceived the character Lori, who was a supposed volunteer worker,
boy.
well experienced with autism, who happened to happen upon Chris's misguided anti-Asperger's ads on his website. She emailed him attempting to clarify that the medical distinction between high-functioning autism and Asperger's would soon be officially removed, and they would both be declared as mild forms of autism. Chris emailed her back in anger. I disagree, and I personally do not care for Asperger's at all. People think Asperger's should steal the reputation that autism has earned over the number of years.
I don't think
not.
anyone
Do not get me
thinks
started
that.
with Asperger's. It is my second least favorite word ever, the first being naive. And I do not give a crap about what scientists may or may not have found there either. In my view, Asperger's is not autism.
So dude does not care about whatever science actually says. It is Chris's view. It is Chris's opinion that Asperger's is not autism. And you know what? We will respect that. Surely.
He continued to defend his controversial stance. For your information, the fact of Asperger's being different from autism and of it trying to steal the light is of my own idea. I will never conform to such a blasphemous link of any kind between the two, and I'm certainly not going to change the image's text. Those with Asperger's are welcome to find their own cure. Just denounce any so-called links between it and autism, or never bring it up around me ever again.
That's crazy.
Lori requested to speak with his caretaker, but Christian stated that he had never had one, nor did he have a need for one, citing his achievements in school as proof. Lori expressed concern over his hatred of those with Asperger's syndrome, but ultimately could not come to a resolve as he stopped replying to her. On April 24th, Cogsdev deleted numerous Sonichu pages from the Wikipedia, apparently due to copyright infringement. She subsequently updated the blog, taking on the role of Christian. I deeply apologize for the few updates.
Oh, my bad.
My PC has been on having some virus issues, and I currently cannot log into my account. However, I have completed issue 11, and I hope y'all are looking forward to the reboot on issue 12 that will come very shortly. Thank y'all for your patience. After a lack of new pages of issue 11, the sysop of the Wikipedia uploaded an entirely troll-created Sonichu issue 11, copying Chris's hand-drawn style and continuing the dark tone established in issue 10. The story mostly concerned the...
Chris is definitely way smarter than any scientist. You know what? I believe that. He is a scientist. He is our soon-to-be president. He is Jesus Christ reincarnated. This is great. He is a lot of things, that Christian.
brutal deaths of most of the main characters. 2 days later, Chris discovered the new Sonichu issue on his site and replaced the pages with a message stating that the book was yet to be completed, singling out lack of inspiration for his failure to update the comic. He further attempted to convince his fans in a blog post that the comic was clearly not his doing, since the drawing style was not his own, and that none of the Sonichu children were dead.
Oh boy.
On April 28th, Christian made a post on GameFAQs.com concerning the soon-to-be-released PlayStation 3 game Mod Nation Racers, a kart racing game focusing on user customization.
One of the greatest games of all time.
He misunderstood the marketing of the game on various websites, thinking that the random mystery packs were predetermined if purchased from certain sources. He signed his post with a link to the Wikipedia. On May 1st, 2010, Sydney called Chris.
He's doing nothing to help himself, really. If anything, Chris is like the craziest marketer. Like, it's insane. Like, that's actually pretty funny to think about. Chris is just marketing the Quickie. Chris is just marketing himself and Sonic Shoe. Yeah, at some point you got to respect that. Like Chris knew how to grow on the internet.
Chris again, but little did she know, Chris was learning how to spot troll attempts.
Hey Chris, it's Sydney. Hey, how you going?
This is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Listen, I know about you and your little game. I've read the troll forum. You're actually in Australia. You cannot fool me anymore. Goodbye.
Yeah, I am Australian.
With the loss of a future
huge
with Jackie,
W, Chris.
Chris was once again free to search for a partner. Since the Hook Cafe was likely off limits for him, he drastically modified his OkCupid profile, emphasizing the importance he placed on having sex as soon as possible. In his list of 6 things he could never do without, he listed 8 things, 3 of which were sex.
Sex, LOL.
You should message me if you can meet me in person within 2 days of first communication, and that you are able to call me and accept calls from me, as well as if you are A, 21 to 28 years old, B, not black, no personal offense, C, not a smoker, D, honest, compassionate, and pretty, E, no taller than 5 foot 10 inches,
That's great.
F, single, G, reside in or around Charlottesville or Ruckersville, Virginia, and H, you like to get to know me better in person, share a pleasant conversation, etc., and if you are cool with getting to the bedroom as quickly as right after the first date.
That is a great thing to mention.
On May 3rd, Panda Halo sent a surprise email to Chris, letting him know that she still cared for and worried about him. She directed him to a page on the Quickie, which allegedly showed how Clyde Cash and his buddies installed a mod chip on Christian's PlayStation 3's Wi-Fi antenna, which had been transmitting personal data to the trolls for years.
This is the first time Chris
the
used
info
his
presented
brain.
to him, Chris took it upon himself to deal with the issue. The so-called mod chip was in fact merely the Wi-Fi antenna, and by removing it, Chris believed that it prevented the trolls from hacking into his PS3 account and collecting personal data. He proudly showcased the alleged bug he removed in a video uploaded on May 5th.
Hey, yo, troll. You got nothing going on for you, because you know what? I removed it. The Wi-Fi antenna. It gone. You ain't getting my PS3 anymore.
Oh boy.
You bunch of dumbasses. And yeah, I do spend a bit of dough on my grill. But you know what? I'm no different from y'all.
Why are you
I
talking
like to
like this?
pimp a ride.
Why are you speaking like this, Chris?
I'm out.
Please
Peace.
chill, bro.
After realizing that the antenna was not a bug at all, he informed the rest of the trolls by pretending to be a troll himself who was staying across the street from Christian's house, creating a new account on the Quickie under the username Jenkins Jinkies.
Bro is intelligent.
On May 8th, Christian attended an extreme action sports event at John Paul Jones Arena after winning 4 free tickets in a phone-in contest on the radio. Unfortunately,
dude, that is insane. Chris just keeps winning things. What is this man's luck on these things? Like, why does he just keep winning like contests and shit? That is crazy.
On May 8th, Christian attended an extreme action sports event at John Paul Jones Arena after winning 4 free tickets in a phone-in contest on the radio.
And it's
Unfortunately,
crazy.
he wasn't able to find any willing person to go with him, so he ended up selling the 3 extra tickets and went to the event by himself.
Unfortunate.
He was seated next to an affectionate couple, which only
like
increased his sense of
6 years
loneliness and sent him into a depressed state. After returning home, he made a video explaining his belief that the people of Greene County have been conspiring against him since the early 1990s.
I send this message
Bro is now schizophrenic. This is great. This is good.
to all the people that were
Gosh,
the Greene County School Board and such during the 1990s, because threatening to put me in a mental institution, that was pretty much why we had to run away and move to Chesterfield County. And I had a better life over there. I had so many friends over there in high school, and I was just sad to leave when after I graduated, because I had to leave all my friends.
That is such a sad like character, I guess, arc, I guess, of like high school really being the last time Chris was genuinely, I guess, happy. Man, I can't help but to feel bad for him here, but he's still such an awful person. Yeah. Like, it's crazy to think like that is the last time he was genuinely happy, high school. I mean, I can't say the same. I just graduated high school. I think I'm happier now than I was being there and like going to school. I guess it's because he had a routine. Because ever since then, like, has he really ever had a routine since then? Because going to high school, you go to high school like Monday through Friday, and you're expected to like see people. You're expected to meet people. You're expected to talk to people. You're expected to do work. And ever since then, I guess even college, he kind of half-assed that, and it's like he graduated with like a certificate, I guess, an associate's or something like that. And ever since then, he's never had any sort of responsibilities or obligations since then. And that's sad, and I imagine that is what ruined him, you know? Because I did see, I think Turkey Tom mentioned it, because I watched like the beginning of his video. He made a great video on Christian. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch that. I watched like the beginning of it. Don't worry, I haven't spoiled myself. But Turkey Tom did mention that he sounds normal and he has like a deeper voice in the earlier captain logs, in like recordings of him while he was still attending high school. And then as he stops attending high school and being social around people, his voice becomes like the Christian voice we know, the very high-pitched voice. And I thought that was a very interesting thing to analyze. That was a very interesting analysis of Christian's voice, that when he was still like out being like touching grass, going outside and speaking to people other than his parents or the internet or trolls, his voice was deeper because he was normal to it somewhat, I guess. And ever since then, since he lost that sort of social interaction, it's like he only had the internet and his voice was high pitched, and all he saw was like anime, cartoons, and everything. And I found that really interesting. I'm sorry, I kind of got off of a tangent, but like I think the point was like high school was the last time Chris was genuinely happy, which is just really sad because high school was a decade ago at this time. So it's depressing, man.
But we were forced to move back here. You people of Greene County, you could not have left me and my family alone. You had to go and pay off the realtors just so this house here could not have been sold. Because if it had been sold, we would have been able to stay in Chesterfield County. And I would have had a happier life over there than right now, than how I'm feeling. Because we were forced to move back here because of you goddamn people who are afraid of autistic individuals.
Still has the victim complex, though.
You individuals would know who you are. I wish my family and I did not have to move back here. I wish we could have stayed in Chesterfield County, because I had the better life there. And we were doing well, but you had to drag us down. You had to make us unable to sell our house here. You had to force my family to move back here. Well, I was okay, and I have a couple of friends, and I'm better off with stuff. That stuff is no good if I don't have many friends to share it with.
It's sad, man.
It all just went downhill. I bet even Greene County had something to do with influencing
like his concerns, right? You know, not having friends and not feeling like you could really trust anyone, especially at this point of his life, this deep into like the Christian story. Like, it's understandable that he might feel this way, like having no friends, no one to really share his experiences. Really, the only people that he can trust are his parents, and even then they have their fair share of problems themselves. And I understand that. That is a very valid concern to have, you know, feeling like you can't really share like anything. Was Chris ever really loved, like even by his parents? Did they actually love him at all? I think his dad loved him. Bob loved him. Barb, I think, cared for him. I don't know. I don't know what do y'all think, but Bob for sure I think loved him, and I think that's it. That's really it. Like, he had his who was that old teacher that he was really fond of back in like elementary? That there's a teacher that he was really fond of that he really liked. I think that's it. That's like all, and it's sad. But the thing that brings it down, he's still resorting to like blaming everyone else, being like, if it were for Greene County, if it were for Michael Snyder, if it were for that school, if it were for you guys, for those trolls, if it weren't for you, Chris, if it weren't for you acting the way that you are in the internet, like, this would not have happened. Like, he just blames everyone. It's complicated with the history of the past family dynamics, I'd say. They def tried more, but it was not enough. Yeah. Exactly what Helena said. That's perfect. It's just complicated. But I would say, like, his parents did love him, but they just didn't try enough. I'd say they loved him, but they weren't capable of putting the effort because they were all so old already. His bad acts basically ruined his life. Yeah. And it's just sad. Let's continue.
that goddamn Michael Snyder to see any recourse or anything like that to make him pretend to have a reason to kick me out, quote unquote, scaring his customers away. You goddamn greedy Snyder. If I'd stayed just for county, I would have been a whole lot better off. I wish you would have let us sell our house here, and we could have stayed there. I wish we did not have to move back I wish we did not have to move back here nearly 10 years ago. Laugh all you want, trolls. Because I don't give a damn.
He clearly gives a damn.
You're all just immature, naive.
He said the word, holy shit.
Condescending, soulless monsters. You don't care about others. You only care about yourselves. You only care about getting your own laughs and kicks. Because you don't have your own social life. You threatened me from trying to seek one of my own by scaring me on the internet and whatnot. And Clyde Cash, you can all go to hell.
Chris describing
and
himself
all the people
real.
that were on the Greene County School Board during the 1990s and that forced us to have to move back here, sit and spin.
He's
And
such a
Michael Snyder, I
vengeful
hope you got
individual,
help
bro.
too.
It's so sad.
And for everybody else, peace.
Michael Snyder himself left a YouTube comment for the video. When I go to hell, I will hold the door open for you, if not too busy giving tours. I can't believe I've spent all these years conspiring to make your life more miserable than your fossilized parents could ever dream of.
Wow.
Oh wait, I wasn't doing that. I've been too busy living my own life. I remember you as a child creeping out to all the other Pokemon kids, including my own, because even 10 years ago, you were an angry, unsportsmanlike punk. Signed, that goddamn Michael Snyder.
Wow.
With his recent outbursts concerning his mystery...
Low-key based, but actually, like, mean. Like, low-key mean, but also kind of based, you know?
in Greene County, the falsified 𝙳ዐΣεν⁰યુ issue, and his stubborn stance against Asperger's syndrome. It appeared that Chris was desperately trying to cling to his version of reality in order to escape the depressing truth that he was still a virgin with a desperate desire for a mate. And since he no longer fled into his comics for comfort, he had to learn how to fend for himself
Sigma mode,
in a world not his own.
Wow. It just gets even more and more tragic and sad as like we go on, man. Like not even funny anymore, not even like really that, and like, well, it's still interesting, but not even as interesting as it was like near the beginning. It's just sad and like depraved, going down like this rabbit hole more and more. like I'm pretty sure you could see me. I think Michael has a past of being mean with Chris. I mean, I guess it's like all the physical altercations. I mean, we saw a physical altercation between them two. Like we listened to it, I guess. It's so interesting, man. Catch me on Fiverr for all your dry, monotonous narration or voiceover needs. That's badass. Does he still have it? Could I get this man to do it? Oh my god, that is so awesome. So he still sells? Average response time 3 hours. That is great. Last delivery 4 days. This is awesome. Dude. I think we can get him. We'll get him to voice over an intro. We'll get him to voice over an intro, dude. Gino on that grind. I respect this. I'm going to favorite this, dude. I'm going to favorite this. This is actually funny. I'll get him to voice over an intro for me, man. Screen match on the kid. That is great. Oh, wow. He's like, oh, wow, dude. He's on the grind, bro. Respect. Chris, overweights need not apply. Also, Chris, I'm a 42 bust, real. I almost miss hearing boyfriend free girl every 30 seconds. Those were the days. Chris accidentally calling Jackie Ivy is hilarious. I thought that, man. I love this Snyder guy. No. He knows this is 100% the only way to handle Chris. Yeah. Like, once you give him any sort of way, any sort of, like, I guess, like, what's the word, man? Any sort of, like, chance, I guess. Like, he takes it and runs with it, man. I mean, we saw how he dealt with Megan, man. I love how Chris's entire persuasive argument is literally just, come on. As if he thinks saying that enough times will result in Snyder going, oh shit, my bad. Chris, I hope this video does not fall in the hands of the trolls. The narrator, the video did in fact end up in the hands of trolls. Real. My goodness, man. All right, man. So I guess that's a stream. That's the stream, man. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. It helps out with the VOD. It helps out a lot. If you guys stayed on the stream for this long, y'all should like it. It would help out. Thank you very much. Also, I got the mic stand earlier. Like that's why I had to stop. I had like pause stream real quick because my mom was at the door and I had to get the microphone stand. So I'm gonna replace it. So hopefully by tomorrow. Hey, so tomorrow we're gonna play One Night of Flumpties. We're gonna play all the One Night of Flumpty games. So I hope you guys will check that out. I hope to see y'all there. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream. I don't know, maybe same time, maybe a little earlier. But we're gonna play One Night of Flumpties. We're gonna try to get through One Night of Flumpties 1, 2, and 3, and that'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully I get to see y'all there. It's gonna be so scary. It's gonna be so scary. And then I will have. I don't think I'll stream on Friday, but I will. I think more than likely I will stream Saturday. So look out for tomorrow. No, Cherry. I accidentally dropped Cherry's eye. There it is, Cherry's eye. There it is. It's back. It's back. The One Night at Flumpty series actually has 7 nights. Wait, really? Holy shit. Wait, so does the third game have more? Oh, because there's hard boiled mode, right? Like that's what adds like the nights and shit. How could you? Hey, I fixed her. You're fine. We're chilling. The fact that Chris could not understand why he was banned shows how much he didn't deserve to go back to the gameplays. Real as hell. Thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for showing up to the stream, Flickering Key, dude. You're awesome. I freaking appreciate all of y'all. But yeah, hard mode. I'll play it. I'm going to play it tomorrow. I need to download the games tonight so that I can have them ready. And the third game had an extra night. Maybe. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to rage so much. I just kind of want to be scared. I just kind of want to endure this scary for a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, if I'm able to get through it, I mean, I'll try to beat the hard boiled mode, but if not, I'll just try to beat the night. Cuz I don't think it's that, cuz I think it's already pretty difficult, like pretty well balanced to begin with. But we'll see tomorrow. So I hope to see y'all there. Oh, thank you. Of course, Flickering, dude. You're awesome. All of y'all are awesome. But yeah, I'm going to head to bed. I need to sleep. I've got a long day. I've had a long day. But thank you guys. Thank you, Sanford Dice. Thank you, Desert Day. Thank you, Flickering Key. Thank you, Serially. Thank you, David. Thank you, Alexander the Resurrection. Dude, you just commented. Yeah, I didn't know you were here. But yeah. Thank you, Pecco. Thank you, David. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Helena. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Oath, for being a part of the stream. Thank you, Oblivion. Thank you, all of y'all. And yeah, I might not make it because I have class tomorrow, but I'll pop in if you're still streaming when I get home. Of course, I'll be on. But thank you for showing up, Pecco. All right, bye guys. That's the stream. Bye. Bye. Bye.